I'm a fish boy who skates for Team X, blades with a leprechaun who plays basketball. Come to my smart house, meet my alien sister. Don't come hungry, because I'll bet my mom can't cook.
Hello and welcome to Mom Can't Cook, a DCOM podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Andy Farrant.
And I'm the other host, Luke Westaway. Andy, before we kick off, I just wanted to talk to you. When we do this episode, when we're recapping Zapped, how do you want to address the stuff about Barney using his telekinesis to strip Jane's prom dress off? Because the vibes are way off in that bit. I mean, and there's some other nasty stuff in this. I don't know.
Sorry, we're talking about the movie Zapped, yeah?
Yeah, we're talking about the movie Zapped, which I've watched and made scrupulous notes on. Yeah, Zapped from
Zapped,
1982,
the 2014.
Oh no,
Zendaya movie.
Okay, now I was thinking when I watched Zapped from 1982, when's Zendaya going to show up? You can actually see Zendaya in Zapped brackets 1982, but she is actually like minus 10 years old. Yeah. So she's just she's sort of
part of the swirling firmament of the universe.
Yeah, she is. She's atoms waiting to be configured into Zendaya.
And you can see those atoms if you look really closely.
Yeah, you have to freeze frame, but you could see some of the Zendaya atoms float past.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that I've watched the wrong Zapped?
Okay, is this the one with Scott Baio where he gets telekinetic powers and uses them to like look up women's dresses and stuff?
Yeah, he uses them almost exclusively to sort of pull women's clothes off.
To do sex crimes.
Yeah, to do sex crimes.
Right.
1982 American teen sex comedy. Starring Mr. Baio, as you said.
We're doing the 2014 family comedy, the Disney Channel original movie Zapped, in which Zendaya has a magic app that controls boys.
Okay, you know what? That actually doesn't sound too much more wholesome.
Yeah. No, I mean, we'll get into it, but it's fairly troubling premise, I would say.
Okay, all right. Well, you know what? I'm just relieved. I had a whole bit written down about
how you disavow the actions of Mr. Baio.
Yeah, that's great. I can just delete that. Oh, what a relief!
If you shove your notes through like a randomizer, there's probably a not impossible chance they'll reconfigure into notes that make sense to talk about the 2014 Zapped.
All right. Okay. Well, I'll do that. Hang on.
Okay.
And randomize. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm glad that Google Sheets added this feature to randomize your document.
To randomize the words in your document into a completely random order. Yeah. But, it might work.
Okay, well, now it says, let's hear the promo for Zapped brackets 2014. Hey, I think it worked.
Yep. Dress flies off. Oh, those were still in the same order.
Imagine if there was an app.
Sit. You have an app that controls boys!
That put the control in your hands.
Be more open and expressive of Rachel.
I really want to tell you how I'm feeling.
This app is a whole new world. No more toilet seat up-down debates. Doesn't anybody in this house aim? No more global conflict. Start doing something spiritual.
I told you, boys, no downward dogging in the hall.
Now imagine if you couldn't turn it off.
Stop. What is happening to the universe? Everything is upside down. It's like Australia. Slow down.
What's happening to me? Friday, June 27th, get ready for the app that zaps.
This is the most amazing thing in human history.
In the new Disney Channel original movie, Zapped, premieres Friday, June 27th at 8.
Okay, Zapped, do you have any top-line Zapped notes you want to get into?
Apps.
Apps.
They were pretty popular, weren't they?
Yeah, they were pretty popular.
You were a tech journalist. You probably had to review apps.
I reviewed a few apps in my day.
Review an app. The idea is preposterous.
Well, I suppose you sort of figure out whether or not it offers good value for money. But that's the thing. The most nostalgic bit about this for me, apart from like the character Zoe's phone having that sort of skeuomorphic design that iPhones used to have that was very enjoyable.
Her room being covered in posters that look like the Just Dance characters.
Yeah.
Everything being covered in rhinestones in every outfit she wears. Yeah.
Yes. There's some very nostalgic fashion and generally aesthetics, but it's weird. The weirdest thing about this film is that the app that controls boys costs $9.99, which is an unthinkably high price now for an app.
Oh yeah, you go out of business in 10 seconds.
Yeah. Nowadays it would be free, but you could only command the boy to do simple things, and if you wanted to you had to pay to unlock pro features, which will
Yeah.
make the boy do absolutely anything.
Yeah. Or you could, every time you wanted to command a boy, it was 99 cents.
Yes.
And if you went for too long, like the Duolingo owl, the boy would start like turning up at your house and asking why you hadn't commanded him to do anything lately.
Yeah, you'd start getting sort of passive-aggressive notifications.
From a boy.
Oh my gosh, I downloaded this stupid game. I was like, I don't know why. I just woke up one morning, I was like, I'm going to learn to play Mahjong.
Okay,
and then,
fine.
And then I didn't do that, but I did download a game that then like sent me like emails every day for like 6 months, but they were those emails that are like titled to deliberately mislead you.
Oh, okay.
So I would get emails from the Mahjong app that were like, hey, I thought you needed to see this.
Yeah.
And I opened
Your child has been crushed by...
Yeah.
Crushed by what? I mean, there's no good outcome to that sentence.
Your child has been crushed by the way that you've abandoned this app.
This Mahjong app. Yeah. You could be laying all sorts of decorative tiles.
Exactly. Anyway, the point is that apps used to be better when they just charged you a flat fee and then you got the service.
And then you got the
provided.
whole app. You could drink as many pints of imaginary beer as you wanted.
You could.
Yeah.
Good times. But I think this movie is quite good. It does everything I want from a decom, which is that it sort of clips along. It was a breezy recap. It has an exactly scheduled 60-minute dip.
Yep.
It teaches you some lessons about family, and it has some absolutely horrifying implications that the film doesn't
really
address.
get into. Yeah.
Doesn't really get into. Yeah.
I think Zendaya becomes way too much of an asshole in the movie and doesn't really sort of learn her lesson. I think.
Immediately.
The main love interest is a total dick.
Oh my God, he's the actual worst. I can't wait to windmill dunk on the character of Jackson. Yeah,
apart from that, I had a nice time. I thought, it was exactly the sort of decom that made me love decoms in the first place.
Exactly. What higher praise is there than that? Okay. Mm-hmm. So we open on a wedding. It's a beautiful affair in a lush garden. Zendaya is here. She plays the character of Zoe Stevens. Are we going to call her Zoe or Zendaya?
I'm pretty much alternating throughout, but we'll see. Okay. She looks at her phone. Mm-hmm. It has a picture of 2 champagne glasses on it and a flashing button that says toast.
She's got the toasting.
She smiles at this and begins giving a toast. Now, okay, stop the movie.
Okay, yeah.
What is this? Is this a toast app?
She's got the toast app. Well, just
it just flashes the word toast. Like do a toast.
Yeah. Well, it's only 69p. What do you expect? Pay 69p. It flashes the word toast, and you would install it on the day where you had to give a toast at a wedding, and it would be like,
I should do a toast.
Here comes the toast. Here comes the toast. Maybe it's like you can get toasts and wedding speeches online and stuff.
I've heard people say that they've been to weddings where the toast is clearly written by ChatGPT.
Oh my gosh.
You know that sentence structure that ChatGPT does, where it's really short sentences. It's like, this isn't X, this isn't Y, this is B. And it's and it's like, it's so thuddingly obvious. And I can't, like, the second I get to one of those sentences in an article now, I'm like, this, and close it. It's so obvious now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the point where we've all seen enough AI writing that we can start to like freely imitate it off the dome. Do you know what I mean? Like if I said to you, be an old-timey circus guy.
Yeah,
you know, like you
step
could
right up and see the amazing 2-headed boy. He will enthrall you and delight you with his ways.
There you go. Yeah. But at the time when circuses were new, you wouldn't have been able to say, hey, do a sort of circus entertainer, like, you know, a kind of roll up kind of guy with a cane. They'd be like, what? Well, I don't know exactly what that sounds like. Yeah. It just sounds sort of new and exciting. So I'm really looking forward to the point where we can just like sort of freely riff AI speech because we've become familiar enough with its
so ridiculous
stupid ways.
And so obvious.
Yeah.
And it's just laughable and ridiculous. So anyway, she's got a toast app.
She got a toast app, yeah.
And apparently the function of the toast app is to flash the word toast on your screen.
On your phone, yeah.
And you go,
to let you know.
That's right, I should do a toast. So she does a toast.
Time to toast. She says that she's both maid of honour and daughter of the bride, so it's 2 toasts in one. She's so happy that her mum has found love again, and we see mum and her new man.
That's right.
She's not only my mum, but my best friend, says Zendaya.
Yeah.
My note, Disney no longer minds if your husband dies. So that's pro.
That's okay. Well, she is remarried. She's replacing her husband. If she was happily living without a husband...
Oh, yeah, that's
true.
true.
The half opacity face of Walt Disney would be... An app would fire up with the half opacity face of Walt Disney.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. She is going to learn that things are better.
Stop living alone.
Stop living alone, women.
So, she says, we now have a new collection of people we're living with. There's Ted, the groom. Ted, the groom in this situation, who looks like a sort of more American Dominic West.
I see that.
He's got a kind of like pro footballer Dominic West look to him, and he goes, "Oh yeah!" and does like a fist pump.
He does, just a normal thing to do.
Yeah.
Also, his 3 sons, Adam. Here's Adam. Adam's kind of fidgety. His personality is that he's fidgety. He's played by Adam DeMarco, who was in a season of The White Lotus.
Okay.
So well done him.
Cool.
Then there's the middle child, Zach. His personality is greedy with food.
Yeah, well, I've written he has a mouthful of flowers or possibly cream. It's hard to say.
He's eating the flowers and cream.
Yeah, he looks like the Rizzler.
He looks like the Rizzler. And then the littlest boy, Ben, who is just filthy. Just an absolutely filthy young boy.
Yeah, he has a large plate of lasagna at this wedding somehow, and he's managed to get it all over himself.
Yeah. Zoe lists these men, these new males in her life, with barely concealed disgust.
Yeah, she sort of hesitates as she looks at them and sort of chuckles ruefully to herself in a way that makes it clear to the assembled families that she hates all of them.
Yeah. She goes on to talk about how she now has to live with 4 new stinking males who smell awful. Plus
she talks
a
about
dog.
their mysterious odours.
Yeah, nice speech. She says, then there's the dog. Humphrey, he's also male, so that's fine. Nervous looks are exchanged among the wedding guests. Where's she going with this?
The mood at the wedding has changed at this point. They're sort of exchanging panicky looks. Like Zendaya is crashing out about this in
maybe
the
she should have paid more than 69p for the app, and then it would... Maybe if you unlock premium features, it gives you a speech that isn't just like, everyone at this wedding smells bad.
Smells bad and is male. Yeah.
Everyone at this wedding is a stinking man.
Yeah, she toasts them, raises a glass, but the stupid boys, they all sneeze and fart and fall over. And then the dog runs off and the wedding cake almost collapses.
Boyishly, yeah.
Yeah, they chase the dog through the wedding and then knock over an entire chocolate fountain all over Zoe, who is drenched in liquid chocolate.
Oh, dear. To my new family, she toasts through gritted teeth.
Yeah.
And the title of the film comes up, Zapped.
Zapped, brackets, not the Scott Baio sex assault comedy.
Well, it gets around that by app in Zapped being highlighted.
So that's an app.
That's how you know. We cut to a week later.
That's right. It's the family house. It's another giant mansion like the Disney Channel thinks working class families live in.
Yes, exactly. We see inside Zoe's room, she has 2 posters. One says dance and another says hip hop.
Hip hop.
Hip hop.
I don't want to get too specific.
No.
You know, what if I say I like a hip hop artist and then a few weeks later I change my mind? No, I'll get a general.
Do
you sell a general hip hop poster?
Did you
say, Mr. Poster Salesman, do you have anything more general?
HMV guy is like, yes, I do. That's mostly what we sell is posters.
Yeah.
And the good times will never end.
Yeah, here in 2014, why we're living high on the hog. I just bought my second home.
Sure, the repayments are high, but
as long as the faucet of cash doesn't let up for a single solitary second, then I'm all good.
Anyway, as Frantic Scar begins to play, Dad, who we intuit is some kind of sports coach, blows a whistle in the hallway and starts yelling at his sons to assemble. He's like, "Come on, boys, let's go!
Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah!" Zoe emerges from her bedroom.
6:45 a.m. She can't believe this. The boys are running around wild. "We're going to get the bus. We're going to get it," says Dad. And then he sort of sees that she's there and he's like, "Oh, hi, girl. Hi, woman.
Hi, girl, gal."
Yeah. Just a little wake-up ritual we do here on school days, he says. "And we're family now. Call me Dad." "Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah." She's like, "Mr. Thompson, what is going on?" This is so strange. Did they not live together before getting married? I mean,
guess not.
I mean, I know that the Disney Channel is probably prudish about this sort of thing, but like...
The half-of-fasty face of Walt Disney appeared and just shook its head ruefully when they asked if they could.
But like, it's strange. They had the wedding, and this is a full week later, and this appears to be the first day that Zendaya is spending in the house of the...
Well, it was a week-long bender, the wedding, of course.
Right, okay, yeah.
Yeah, they were all at the hotel just trashing it for a week, and then they came back last night.
Brilliant.
But yeah, they're running around, they're like, we've got to get the bus. We're told it's 6:45 a.m. I don't know what time this school bus arrives.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess the guess the boys need a big run-up.
Yeah.
Zoe tries to use the bathroom to get ready, but young stinking Ben distracts her. He keeps like grabbing at her makeup, and he takes her big tub of talcum powder and is like pumping talc all over, being like, "Wee, it make clouds, wee.
It make a smoke, wee.
Make smoke, wee."
We see that Zoe has an app on her phone called Beauty Planner. So already we're like, what's this? A toast app and a beauty app?
Whoa.
This girl seems to have her life ruled by apps or something.
This girl loves apps, I guess. She goes to use the toilet, but it's all covered with piss. Boy piss.
Worse.
Downstairs.
Worse than regular piss.
It's worse than regular piss.
She touches a finger to the puddle, raises it to her lips. Unmistakable. This is boy piss.
A boy's been here recently.
And more, he was pissing.
She goes downstairs where the house is filthened by stinking boys. Boy stinky crap is all over the place. Adam leaps into frame wearing no trousers. He goes, "Where are my pants? Where are my pants?" He's sort of hissing manically, his boy brain swimming with testosterone.
Yeah.
The character of Adam is baffling to me. I mean, if this film was released now, I would say that he's clearly being written as having ADHD.
Sure.
But because it's 2014, the film never gets that specific. It just sort of has him completely unable to concentrate on anything, but sort of puts it down to generally him being a boy, I think. I guess.
He's clearly, I mean, he has a very short attention span and he is extremely hyperactive.
Yes.
So I think that's what they're going for. But this is played up as like a male trait.
Yeah.
They each embody a different male trait. One is a glutton. One is hyperactive and can't pay attention, and the other is a stinking filth bag.
Yeah, the other is just sort of
male traits.
Generally filthy.
Yeah.
They are the three sides of the male coin.
The three sides of man.
Three sides.
Yeah. And Dad is the fourth side, which is loud.
Oh yeah, that's right. She tries to tell Adam that she would prefer to be alone in the bathroom going forward in the morning, but he explains at 1,000 miles an hour that he's busy with sports practice today. He's got loads of stuff to do. As he's talking to her, he's like shadow boxing.
Yeah.
And
she's like, also, can you wear pants, please? Because you're like 21 years old and it's not appropriate.
Look, Zoe, I have morning basketball practice and then a players meeting and then a captain's meeting and then even more practicing, and that's before class even starts, okay? My point is, we have systems in this house. We work together like a well-oiled machine. You're probably not gonna get the luxury of much alone time in the bathroom, so... It's pancake day! Oh.
You know, Adam's just a typical boy.
He's a basketball guy, a typical guy.
Boys.
He's a typical basketball captain. Pancake day is happening. Zoe's labelled food is stolen out of the fridge. Pancakes are made in a sort of like insane way that nobody would make pancakes, by sort of throwing things into a blender.
This is Zach. Yeah, he puts raw eggs and pickles in, and he's like, "I'm making protein pancakes." Dad comes roaring, and he goes like, "Good morning!"
Like an ogre. This is... Yeah. I've written it in my notes as Chekhov's blender because it doesn't have a lid on it, and you're like, that's going in someone's face. The dog gets fed. Sriracha is blasted into Zach's open mouth.
Oh yeah, Ben, the youngest one, sprays hot sauce in his eyes like a boy would.
Like a boy would do that. Just going to stick with my simple cottage cheese like a girl would eat, says Zoe. But she sees that it has been added to the blender to make up these insane pancakes, and she is outraged.
For God's sake. I mean, as you're probably picking up already, this movie is like gender conformity, the film. Like, this movie is not going to brook for one single second the idea that boys or girls could stray for 1 second from their sort of like assigned ways. Do you know what I mean?
No, Zendaya is sort of like kind of gritting her teeth and picking her way through this kitchen like, I don't know, like Princess Diana at a hardcore punk show or something. So
Yes, exactly like that. Yeah, that's exactly what it's like. Because she's a girl and the boys are boys. And for that reason...
Scumbags.
Yeah, boys are scum. Girls are clean and boys are scum. The gender binary is so hard-coded into this film. It's insane. So Zendaya pleads with her mother. She's like... We can't live in this filthy, stinking hell with boys. Mum patiently explains that the boys are used to doing things a different way. But she gives Zoe a gift, a music box, a gift from her dead dad from one of his business trips before he died. Yeah. The music goes sad to honour her dead dad.
He died when he ate too much hot sauce and didn't wash for 36 days.
He sprayed hot sauce into his eyes and died and farted to death.
Farted himself to death. Like a boy would.
Like a boy would. And everyone loved it. They were all high-fiving at the funeral.
Woo, oh yeah,
Oh, yeah! Look at him go! Look at him go! He's farting out his organs. You're doing it.
She's got her music box. I used to dream of living in this castle, she says. She talks about her first day at a new high school. She's nervous for dance tryouts. You're going to do great, sweetheart, says Mum. Thanks, Mum, she says. And she takes the castle to put it nicely in her room like a girl would do.
Yeah, as she leaves, she stubs her toe on a dumbbell because the house is in buoyant. She goes back into the kitchen just as Zach, the middle child, blends with no lid.
As Chekhov's blender goes off right into his face.
Sorry,
Zoe. Boys will be boys, right? Says Dad. And turns to the camera to deliver this theme of the movie.
Yep.
We cut to the high school. Zoe is trying to find room 242 in the school. So rather than going in and looking at the floor plan or asking a member of the faculty, she instead asks a succession of boy cliques.
Yes. The boy cliques are absolutely amazing. It's a great high school movie trope where someone walks into high school and sort of it gets a clear visual on all of the different cliques.
These are the freaks. Those are the goth kids. Here are the skaters.
Yes. And that kind of makes sense because it relates to sort of normal social groups that might broadly align with your own high school experience. But here, it's all cliques of boys. And here are the different cliques of boys.
Yeah.
Number 1, skateboarding boys.
Sure.
Defining characteristic, rudeness. Number 2, identical shirtless boys in jeans lifting weights.
Yeah, they're sort of chuckling and pumping iron with no shirts on. She hates this. The next clique that she sees is stinking boys who stink.
Yes, they scratch at fleas and cough. They're sort of visibly caked in. They look like they've got the plague. They've got like their armpits filled with buboes. Yeah, that's like leaking pus.
Or they look like they've just been in a car accident or something. They're just sort of staggering dazed around the quadrangle.
Yeah, like boys.
Like boys are.
Typical boys. Then the final group, gamers. The last group of boys, they noisily game on unidentifiable handhelds and do not.
I think one is a Nokia Engage.
Yeah, they don't even look up when she asks where she's supposed to be going.
But that isn't quite the final group. There is a last group of unaffiliated boys who all raise their banners in service of their leader, a boy called Trip. He says his name is Trip, or the Tripster, or the Tripathon. It's me, I'm Trip, he says. Fart bomb, he then says, and he farts all over Zoe.
He's wearing like a sort of sleeveless vest with a slouchy hoodie. He's got wavy bro hair, and he only refers to himself in the third person as the Trip. Zoe is horrified to have been farted on by the Trip. The Trip shouts, "That's right, the Trip got you. You've been tripped up." And then Trip goes back to his bros, who all high-five him, as you would if someone described himself as the Trip and farted on girls.
Farted on you and then left. Yeah,
you would all want to high-five that man, wouldn't you?
But Zoe is appalled. She says, "You can just fart on people in this school?" And then a girl in a straw trilby walks up next to her and says, "Yes, the school charter has made farts legal."
Well, presumably after all those boys died.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah, because they were all holding it in.
Died from holding in their farts. But of course, as we know from Dad, it's also possible to fart yourself to death. This is the look,
boys have to fart the exact right amount.
This is the line that we walk every day between life and death.
You don't understand how difficult that we're on a knife edge.
Always on a knife edge. I'm always trying to fart loads so that I don't die of pent up farts.
But not too much, so your organs come out.
I always know I can. If I get sail too close to the wind, soar too close to the sun, I might fart all my organs out.
That was the original draft of Icarus.
It was, yeah.
In his hubris, he thought he could do a really big fart.
He thought he could do a really big fart, and his dad was like, "No, you'll fart out your organs."
Daedalus was like, "No, do a normal fart like me, Daedalus." And he was like, "No way, Dad, I'm going to soar."
You could be farting more. No, son.
No, son, it's too dangerous.
Rachel's personality is this hat. She sort of has. She also has like a blue blazer and necklaces. She is, I don't know how else to say it, a kooky best friend.
Yeah,
It's
she's
the role-
absolutely a kooky best friend.
She's kooky all over.
She says, I need to find room 242, despite having not entered the building yet or looked for a sign or anything.
Yeah.
Follow me, says Rachel, a girl who is sensible. She doesn't even fart on her a little.
No, not even a tiny bit. As they walk through the school, they bemoan the boy situation. Rachel explains that she is unfortunately medically boy crazy.
Yeah.
Even though the boys all stink and they recoil from them as they walk past, Rachel says that she's learned to live with the fact that she can't change boys and she can't stop thinking about them.
That's right. Zoe looks at her phone as they walk. Rachel thinks this is unusual behaviour as this film was made in 2014. Zoe explains that she keeps her whole life on there. Yeah. We get to Rachel's locker. She opens it. It has pictures of boys, including one who looks a lot like Gideon Gemstone. But no, this is apparently a hunk. Zoe,
This boy's called Charlie. He's a boy who also goes to the school. And the photo that Rachel has in her locker of Charlie is the photo of Charlie that you would get if you were someone Charlie was afraid of and you ran up to him and took a photo and he was like, you again? No. Like that.
Get that camera out of my face.
Yeah, she loves Charlie.
Yeah.
And as she closes the locker, real Charlie is there, right there. He walks past IRL. He's wearing all black and a scar check tie. Hi, Charlie, Rachel gushes, and Charlie sort of waves nervously as if to say, oh, it's you, the girl who I think will kill me.
Yeah.
And
he walks
sort of
off. Nice
shuffles
talking
away.
to you, she says. Zoe has asked what she's into. Dance, she says. It's my passion. Me too, says Rachel. Are you trying out today for varsity dance? Of course. I was supposed to go to state finals this year, but I moved here, she says, hinting at a disappointment. Another disappointment in the cursed life of Zoe.
Yeah, in the boy-cursed life of Zoe. They do eventually get to the room that Zoe thinks she's supposed to be in. When she goes in, it's dark, and there is an absurd but massive jump scare of an enormous praying mantis sort of
doing
head
a kill.
going, ah! This is actually a biology lesson that's playing on the projector, and as Zendaya screams, they turn on the lights, everyone looks around, she's in the wrong room.
Yeah, she's gone to East 242, but there is a West 242, which is, I mean, even more reason to have some signs up.
Yeah, that means there's like minimum 500 classrooms in this school.
This sprawling complex. Yeah,
it's quite a lot of rooms.
Quite a lot of classrooms. Yeah. There's a boy here who's about 35.
Yeah.
It's interesting, actually. The director of this film also directed 21 Jump Street. So I was like, oh, is this an undercover cop? Maybe.
That would make complete sense.
Yeah. But no.
This man is Jackson. He's wearing a beanie, sunglasses.
That's right.
Bear in mind he's watching a film in a dark room. He's wearing a necklace with a crystal on it. He's got a leather jacket.
The sleeves are rolled up of it.
Sleeves are rolled up and a sort of tough guy plaid shirt. The teacher tells this boy, who's called Jackson, to pay attention to the lesson, and Jackson effortlessly reels off the Latin name of praying mantises and a load of facts about praying mantises, displaying that he is not only a sexual, confident hunk and a lone wolf, but also some kind of genius. Or a praying mantis obsessive, I guess.
A guy who's obsessed with, or maybe a guy who's like obsessed with being sexually killed by a woman.
He couldn't do this any day of the week, but today happens to be about praying mantises, so he can, in fact, tell you anything you want to know.
Stopped clock that's right twice a day.
Yeah.
He was right.
So this sort of boy who is sexually obsessed with the praying mantis, he's told to walk Zoe to the right room, and he does so. And as they do so, he chats, and it becomes clear that he's a sexual lone wolf who plays by his own rules and is also a genius.
You might have seen this actor in Welcome to Chippendales, the show about Steve Banerjee, who founded the Chippendales.
Oh.
He plays Lance, one of the more prominent Chippendales dancers in that show.
Oh, right. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. We're going to play you a clip of Zoe and Jackson talking so that you can hear the crackling chemistry and also the extremely alluring way that Jackson flirts.
I mean, this place is nuts. It's like a horror movie. No, it's like that crazy nature video, and I'm constantly being attacked by horrible praying mantis boys who fart on each other all day. No wonder you do the silent lone wolf sunglass rebel thing. Oh, it's pancake mishap this morning.
No, I'm not looking at that.
Okay, well then what are you looking at?
I'm looking at you.
Okay. So, here we are in the hallway. looking at each other. That's not weird.
I think I've got you figured out.
Oh, really?
You like things just so. Your room is clean, your posters are framed, and I bet all of your books have nice little homemade covers on them. And then I'm getting an artistic vibe, maybe dance?
Okay, did I say lone wolf? I think I meant weirdly psychic lone wolf.
Oh, and a serious phone addiction. I bet you stare at that screen all day long.
Okay, for the record, I limit myself to 2 hours a day, 3 tops. I have an app that times me.
Oh, that's impressive. So, this is your room. I'll see you around, smartphone.
I mean, swoon!
Jackson feels to me like
Is it getting
Abercrombie and
hot in here?
Fitch. Abercrombie and Fitch tried to make one of their mannequins into like a sort of real boy.
In a dark ritual, they tried to bring one of their mannequins to life.
So it's this sort of like darkly sexual Abercrombie and Fitch mannequin who doesn't really know how to talk in a normal human way.
But also the movie doesn't know how to like portray a sort of normal, nice boy. No. So instead we've got Jackson who insufferably tells Zoe that he's got her figured out and then negs her for her smartphone usage.
Yeah.
Which is... I mean, it's aged so terribly because it's like, okay, Jackson, let's see how much you're on your phone in 10 years, shall we? When you're showing your friends the NFT you just dropped $5,000 on, because that's absolutely what you seem like you'd do.
Yeah, when you're panicking about your ape being stolen.
Someone screenshotted my ape.
They're saying on Twitter they own the ape, but I own the ape.
I own the ape. Look, here, I have the digital receipt. Don't screenshot that.
He screenshotted it. No.
I don't know how NFTs work, and I'm not going to learn.
You don't need
to. And you know what? I'm so vindicated in not learning.
Yeah.
Because it's gone. It's just gone.
It's over. So yeah, he walks off like sexfully. He walks off like an Abercrombie and Fitch mannequin that somehow came to life and is still figuring out its legs.
Sort of twitching and smelling like an A&F shop.
Yeah. A blonde woman watches them leave angrily.
Taylor.
We cut to dance auditions. Rachel is here, but she's in hip-hop clothes now. She says she talked it over with her posse, and they're all okay with Zoe joining the crew. And by my posse, I mean me, and by me, I mean me. I don't have a posse, it's me.
In stammering sort of Disney Channel noughties comedy speak, Rachel explains that she has no friends. She describes herself as a social floater, which is not the term I would ever use.
That's unfortunate.
And she requests that they could be friends.
Zoe agrees, and they decide to be best friends there and then. The varsity dance squad walks in, but oh no, they're led by the angry blonde girl Taylor from earlier.
Oh my God.
She announces that the varsity squad is full. No new dancers are needed. But if you exhibit the traits we care about, perfection, discipline, obedience, and are awesome, then maybe we'll have a place for you. But you must be next level. You have to wow us, she says.
You have to be boom, she says, which we learn is her catchphrase.
That's right.
So Zoe is feeling confident. She's a great dancer. She's ready to go. But disaster. When she goes to get her dancing shoes, I guess you need special shoes to dance in.
High tops, yeah.
Her dancing high tops, they are covered in... The bag is like is full of liquid pancake from this morning.
It's the ooey gooey pancake mix from earlier. A total disaster.
You can't possibly have not noticed that this was in the bag. The bag would weigh about as much as a human adult.
Make an audible sloshing sound whenever you use it.
It would be like leaking pancake juice. There's so much in there.
Smelling of like flour and milk and sugar and...
There's more pancake like juice in here than would have fit in the blender in the first place.
How did she get this much pancake mix in there?
Was
he making the pancake mix in her shoe bag?
He must have been up all night making it and just pouring it in, filling the bag.
Gallon after gallon into her shoe bag.
But anyway, she, for some reason, instead of just sort of doing what she can with the shoes that she's wearing, she puts on the shoes that are covered in pancake mix.
Yeah.
And decides to make the best of it. So Taylor stands at the front of all the kids who want to audition and is like, it goes like this: snip, snap, spin, spin, clap, spin. What? I mean, I'm not saying convincing dance moves, but imagine that Taylor is. But she does it all too briefly. No one could possibly follow these complex moves.
Like the choreographer in the Cheetah Girls One World. She's like, you can't do my dance.
Yeah. And they start the audition, but then Zendaya effortlessly performs the kind of perfect street dance that only comes from having joined a hip-hop dance crew at 8 years old, as Zendaya did.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the other dancers are bad except Zoe, who is a professional dancer.
Taylor has a kind of flunky who's unnamed, as far as I can tell.
Oh, yeah, no, she does have a name, but I can't remember what it is.
It's first name Taylor, last name Flunky.
Yeah. I wrote it down at one point, so we'll get to it.
We'll get to it. She's like, oh, she's actually kind of good. And Taylor is furious at this.
Yeah. She says, that's the girl I saw flirting with Jackson. Your ex-boyfriend, says the psychic. My boyfriend. We're going through a transitional period, she says.
Oh, dear.
And then we see that Zendaya is doing her own routine, and they're like, oh, my God, she's so good. But then she slips on ooey gooey pancake batter and falls, and the evil girls love it and laugh at it and enjoying it evilly.
Taylor stands over them all smug. You're all officially rejected. She says, get out and don't talk to me again. Boom.
Yeah.
Zoe pitifully begs. She says, dance is everything to me. Isn't there some way I can be on the team? Oh, yes, there is, says Taylor.
Sure, says evil Taylor. You can be on the junior varsity team, and you can too, Rachel. There they are over there, and they're a bunch of nerd dorks. That's the squad you belong on.
Yeah, she gestures to them. They're sort of tie-dye wearing boys doing some kind of interpretive dance. They're just sort of like randomly moving their limbs.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to describe what they're doing, but...
No, they're sort of flailing arrhythmically.
Going like...
I don't know why they've tried out for dance. They don't seem to enjoy it or want to be there or have any ability.
They look like a rag doll underwater. You know, that's kind of how they're moving.
Their limbs are just sort of floating.
Yeah, sort of floating, like going with the eddies and walls of a current.
So yeah, Zoe sees these awful nerd dorks and is like, oh, brother. Later on, she comes home, she goes to the bathroom, and the dog is being bathed in there. It shakes boyishly onto Zendaya.
Typical boy dog.
My turn, says Dirty Ben, and climbs in the tub.
Dirty Ben. Dirty Ben, as he likes to be called.
As he likes to be called.
Dirty Ben is about 8 years old.
Yeah, he looks like a tiny Ben Stiller or something.
Yeah, so she's sprayed with dog water, like by this boy dog, and Dirty Ben warns Zoe that the dog, who will remind you is a boy, got into her room. She goes in there and finds that all of her things have been eaten by this dog who is a boy, and she even finds her precious castle ornaments smashed. The music plays to honour Dad's memory as she holds the shattered pieces together and mourns not only her father, but her life.
She mourns this heartbreaking disgrace that has been visited on her by Boy.
Yeah.
She holds the pieces together.
Humphrey the boy dog licks her face obnoxiously.
Gross, she says. At the very least, I can deal with you, she says. There's got to be an app for this. She gets on her phone and she starts scrolling. The first app we see is called Dog's Best Friend. 99 cents it costs. And the description is, calls your dog to come to you with a press of a button.
The next one is called Canine Voice. It seems like the App Store is flooded with apps that let you speak to dogs.
I would honestly not be surprised.
Yeah. She finds one. It's called Listen and Obey. The description, plays a sound that makes your commands irresistible to dogs, but it costs $9.99.
Yeah.
She's like, ugh. It's not... I don't know why it costs $9.99. It's not like a plot point that it costs $9.99. It's not important after this point at all.
No.
That it costs $9.99. But fine.
She's like, oh, $9.99. It better be good for that much money. And then she buys it.
Yeah.
It installs onto her phone. Sit, she says, into her phone. And then a sort of musical chime plays.
Well, we know exactly what it plays. The interface shows like a sad, obedient dog.
Yeah.
And at the top it says listen and obey. And there's a sort of one big button that says like command or prompt or order or something. And at the top of the screen, it's got a number, 8498 hertz. So basically, this is playing a sound at what I guess we have to infer is the particular frequency that dogs obey.
Yeah.
I actually found... Do you want to hear this frequency? Shall I send it to you?
I listened to it. I also did the same thing. It's quite unpleasant to listen to.
It is quite unpleasant to listen to, isn't it? Yeah. Also, it's audible to... Yeah, I don't know.
It is audible to the human ear, yeah.
It's audible to the human ear. It's just a high-pitched noise. So she goes sit, and it goes like... And the dog goes like... as if it's in pain, but does sit.
Yeah.
She does a few more tests, shake, and the dog shakes a paw.
Yeah.
She's like,
wow, this actually works, she says. Good boy, Humphrey. And then Humphrey brutally eats her phone and runs off.
Yeah. Oh dear. The dog revolts, realizing that it has maybe only seconds left of free will.
Yeah, it's like his last chance. So he brutally eats the phone.
Yeah.
She's like, no, my music collection, my pictures, Humphrey. But he runs to the bathroom and deposits her phone in the bathtub. Don't worry, I can fix this, says Dirty Ben. He picks up the phone, puts it in a towel, and then starts windmilling it around his head. Centrifugal force, he says. I just learned about it. But the phone flies out of a window, and then it zooms around the family's CGI satellite dish. Pink sparks come out of it, and then it slides down their CGI solar panels, more sparks, and lands in Humphrey's dog food dish. And electricity arcs across it.
Yeah, it's all crackling with magic. The screen now says 16,996 hertz, which I guess we have to infer is the boy frequency.
The boy frequency.
I was dismayed to find that I can't hear this frequency.
Oh dear.
Which is
no,
within...
I heard it easily.
Did you really? Did you listen to it?
I heard it easily.
No, you did.
Yeah, I did. It was pleasing to my ear.
You might hear it easily.
Very pleasing to my ear.
Yeah. So Zoe plucks it out of the food bowl miserably. Later, her mom comes into her room and brings her a bowl of rice to put the phone in, which she says she looked up online because this was in 2014 and not everyone knew that, which is adorable.
That's right.
Zoe confides. She says, look, I just need the boys in my life to stop ruining everything for me. Ruining my life, yeah. I mean, for what it's worth, Taylor ruined her life at the auditions. Taylor was horrible to her.
That's true. She's a girl.
I don't really know what but fine. Mum's like, would you like to come to the park with us? We're all going to go on a big family run. Zoe says, why would I possibly want to go on a run with that pack of maniacs, and goes to sleep instead. Which means that...
goes instantly to sleep.
Which means that, I guess, either she's going to sleep at 3 p.m. or the family's going on a run in the park at 9 p.m.
10 p.m. or something.
So unwholesome.
Neither is wholesome, for sure. So as she sleeps in the rice, the phone crackles with electric. Morning, Dad's air horn goes off. Go, go, go. Oh, yeah. Brand new day up and at 'em. Oh, yeah, says Dad, who has one setting, and it's this.
Yep, full on. She tries out the phone. It seems to be working. Phew, thank God. She wanders the house. The boys are being gross as usual. Adam is having his brothers spray his armpits and is worried that he might be getting athlete's pit.
Yeah.
Well, but that shows an interesting cleanliness, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He's trying to... The plague boys would have athlete's pit, which is the plague.
Yeah. The boys are all in there cauterizing their buboes.
Yeah, lancing their boils.
It's the only way, Zendaya.
By the front door, Zoe reminds Humphrey, the boy dog, that she owns his canine behind.
Yeah.
And she gets out her app again and she says, sit. But this time, Humphrey does not obey. But we see in the background on the lawn a passing mailman who is a male man. Sits
He's
down
suddenly
on the
compelled
ground,
to sit on the
looking
ground.
Baffled. Why has he done this? He doesn't know. More commands follow. Lie down, shake, do a trick. And in the background, we see the mailman convulsing and front flipping painfully on the lawn.
Yeah, his face is a kind of mask of panic and confusion.
Yes. Unfortunately, the film has decided to make the decision that when a boy receives a command, their face is going to be one of fear.
Yeah. They don't want to do any of this, and it's clear from their expression.
You could just establish here with this postman that what they do is make a sort of silly, benign smiley face,
Yeah.
Like a kind of, la la la, sit down, stand up,
Oh, I'm loving this, yeah.
But he's very visibly locked in, he's in the sunken place.
Absolutely, yeah. He is not in control of his own will. It's like you've played Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War, right?
Yes.
When you dominate an orc captain, you place a hand on their forehead
Shatter
and
their mind.
surrender your will.
Yes,
and they're
exactly like that. Yes.
And
And then
similarly, serve you.
And then similarly, you sort of force that orcish captain to sort of
fight against
against its own nature and kill its brethren. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, Zoe still hasn't spotted this front-flipping, bone-crunching mailman who is a male man. She thinks the phone's app is just broken, and she sticks it in her pocket. Then Dirty Ben runs in. He's completely covered in mud. Dirty Ben. He advances on her. Back up, she yells. And Filthy Ben just sort of stops in his tracks.
In her pocket, we hear the app activate and chime.
Then Zach appears with a horrendous heap of sandwich that he's cooked with all sorts of horrid ingredients.
Yeah.
And she shouts, "Put that down." And he cannot but obey.
Yeah, he's made a sort of muffin full of nachos, and she's like, "Put it down." And it goes ding, ding, dong. And he does. "Pick it up," she says. Bing, bing. He does. Says Zoe. We cut to school. She tells Rachel what's going on. "Boys are acting weird," she says. We see another boy clique. This one's thing is waving their arms around in a weird way.
I think it's the junior varsity boys, but I'm not sure.
Is it the same guys?
I wouldn't swear to it, but I don't know. So the conversation with Rachel about how boys are acting weird is interrupted by, you know it, the Trip.
Popular character Trip.
With one of his trademark fart bombs.
Yeah, he leaps at them butt first.
Are you serious? That is atrocious.
The Trip has no idea what that word means, but if it means do it again, you're in luck.
No, just stop. Whoa. Wow, he just obeyed you.
Obeyed.
Speak.
You've been whipped by the Trip?
Shut your mouth. Open your mouth.
This is really weird.
The Trip is tripping.
The Trip is freaking out right now.
Go to the bathroom. Oh, wait, no, not here.
Oh, no.
So what you just heard was the Trip shitting himself in front of everyone. The girls beam excitedly.
Yeah, the way I put it in my notes is, just stop, she says. The chime plays, and then the light goes out of Trip's eyes.
Yeah.
His face falls like the strings have been cut. He's in the sunken place.
It's really
and
spooky.
Then he is compelled to shit himself, unfortunately.
Yeah. What the girls should take away from this moment, from this interaction, is that the commands given through the app are open to interpretation by the receiving boy.
Yes.
So you should be clear. So, like, they didn't mean for Trip to shit himself in front of everyone.
Yeah.
But he does.
He does. It's interesting. Like, again, we don't really know what happens. In my notes, I've written that, go to the bathroom, says Zoe. Trip's face starts to contort. "Not here," shrieks Joey. Trip makes a face that I think is meant to convey he's trying to draw urine back up into his penis.
It can't be urine because we see him in a wide shot and there's no dark stain.
There's no dark spreading stain.
And then he
across
sort
the
of
front
he waddles to the bathroom as if...
Okay, well, in that case, draw feces back up into his body, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he tries to sort of, stop himself from making stool. Good film so far.
Good film. Well done, Zendaya.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Nice film you've got here, Zendaya.
So,
what if Tom Holland were to find out about this?
Oh my God, do you think he
do you
doesn't
think Tom
know?
Holland knows about this?
Okay, so Zendaya actually at the time of recording has a new movie out where she has to make a shocking confession to the love of her life, who in the film is Robert Pattinson. Yeah. So oh my gosh, what if that's going to play out in real life, but it's going to be Tom Holland, and the confession is, I did a film called Zapped where I made the Trip shit himself.
He's like, come on, Zendaya, it can't be that bad, this film. Like, we've all been in I was in that Uncharted film.
Yeah.
Bit of a stinker, wasn't it?
A bit of a stinker.
Let's sit down and watch it together.
Can't be that bad.
Oh my God. What?
Can't be that bad, Zendaya. It's not like it's Zapped from 2014.
It's worse. It was the 1984 Zapped with Scott Baio.
There I am. I've only got a bit part, but I'm the sort of atoms floating part.
Some of the atoms floating around this girl's skirt before it gets telekinetically torn off. I think we should see other people, Zendaya.
So Zendaya and Rachel go to the bathroom where they confer excitedly. It's so odd, says Zoe, that this app is controlling boys. Rachel declares that an app that controls boys is the most amazing thing that has ever occurred in human history. And into the bathroom come Taylor and her evil lackey.
Oh, Yuki is her name.
Yuki, okay. Taylor declares that the toilet has been tainted with dork. And Zoe, into her phone, says, "Down, girl." And the phone makes a sort of sad little pew noise to indicate that the commands aren't working. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. Which doesn't make sense. Why does the app make a different noise? The app doesn't know. The app doesn't know that it's sending a signal to a boy brain, right?
No, that's true. Maybe it's like it has to bounce off the brain and come back into the app to work properly. So it's like, girl brain detected.
So that Rachel and Zoe style out this strange behaviour as a new dance, which they call the rover, which explains the dog commands. You get down, you shake, you jump and roll. They start doing it. My note, I hope this is going to be a thing later because it's got quite a lot of screen time. Mm-hmm. Do you think I get what I want?
Incredibly. It is a thing later.
Is it?
Yeah.
When?
It's like the climax of the film.
What, they're doing the rover?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't notice. But they don't say now to do the rover at the end, do they? They just just dance for ages.
Yeah.
They do like a million different dances. They can't just be doing this sort of
No, but you know the triumphant moment where the family all... I mean, no spoilers, but...
Oh, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
No, you're right. Okay, I take it all back. This does pay off.
This film is good.
This film is good. It does 100%
Come back,
pay
Tom
off.
Holland. Come back.
Come
Sit
back,
down,
Tom Holland.
Finish the movie.
Also, Taylor is about to say the best line of the movie.
Okay.
Which, at these two girls who were dancing, she says, "I don't like to laugh out loud because I believe it's a sign of weakness."
Yeah.
Which I thought was good.
She says she laughed so hard in her head that she just threw up in her own brain.
Brilliant. So anyway, Taylor and Yuki, was it? They leave.
Yes, Yuki. And Rachel says, I guess your dog app doesn't work on girls. I guess girls just aren't dog-like enough, says Rachel. They're too catty.
So that's it. Boys are like dogs.
Yeah. And girls are like cats.
Because they're catty.
Yeah.
That's
we now get... Marge Simpson would say.
Yes, it is. Yeah. So reductive. Fine, let's keep going. So immediately, Zoe and Rachel step outside and start erasing the brains of every boy they can see.
Start dominating the orc chieftains.
Dominating boys willy-nilly. First, as soon as they step out of school, some skateboarders are nearby. Skaters, stop, says Zoe, and all of the skaters immediately go completely rigid. We see one that's actually on a moving skateboard flies painfully over a bench.
Yeah, he's unable to stop himself, so he just careens at full speed into a concrete bench and shatters his pelvis.
Yeah, he's also unable to react to that.
Yeah.
Act like gentlemen.
Mind the puddle, says one skater, and they all throw their hoodies down over a puddle so Zendaya can walk over them, except for one who lays down his own body on the floor so they can sort of step on him as they go.
You know how you can drown in an inch of water? That's what this boy is sort of
His
doing.
face down in a puddle and likes it. You video game dudes, start doing something good for your spiritual and physical well-being, she says. They continue gaming. No, they don't, but they should.
That's exactly what I wrote down. They keep gaming. No, just kidding. They stand up and say, let's go do yoga, and wander off, presumably screaming inside. Groom yourselves, she tells.
Dalsim from Street Fighter.
Yeah, she tells the stinking boys to groom themselves. They suddenly panic that they smell and are filthy. They're like, why do we smell?
I need a hairstylist and deodorant. They run
Next are the shirtless boys doing exercise. Put shirts on, says Zoe. One of them says, I'm suddenly uncomfortable being undressed with you guys. So she has given them the gift of shame. Rachel's cross that she's told them this.
Yeah, she likes it when they had their shirts off. She thought that was good. She tells them to take their shirts off again, so they do. These
screaming
boys
inside.
Screaming inside. Locked in their prison of their own mind. Zoe spots the Gideon Gemstone-looking guy from earlier. Isn't that guy from the hall yesterday, she says? Yeah, Charlie Wang, says Rachel. I like him, but he's a little emotionally closed off. Hey, Charlie, be a bit more open and expressive about your emotions towards Rachel, yells Zoe.
Charlie cannot but stand, rotate on the spot, and tell Rachel that he is desperate to tell her how he's feeling. Eee, goes Rachel.
Tell me more.
This is so creepy.
Yeah.
It's so sinister.
So Trip walks up. Stay away from me, he says, panicking.
Yeah, right.
That he's about to be mind dominated. But she's like, be nice from now on. And then a chime comes from her phone. And he says that he will help her in any way he can. Toodles, he says. And then as he walks away, panicking, he's like, what the hell was that? Toodles. Why did I say that? Oh my God, my brain is not my own.
Yeah. Be nice from now on is such a broad and subjective command that she's just sort of fired into Trip's cortex.
Yeah, there's no follow-up. There's no aftercare on these commands.
No.
Zoe is giving them. She's like, you, be a better person. Bye. Like, what does that mean? By whose metric?
Well, like, no one's the villain of their own story, right? No. So, like, probably Trip thinks that he's doing the good work, that he's being...
like to be farted on.
Yeah, he thinks people... Or, like, I suppose he thinks he's, not causing any harm or whatever. So, it's just a very constructive... Like, who would that work on? That, like, be nice from now on.
Be nice from now on.
Yeah.
Be nice from now on. What do you mean?
Be nice from now on. Okay. But anyway, so Trip's in the sunken place too now. Zoe surveys her work, looks around at the school, which is just sort of like full of, just sort of polite boys lying on the floor, drowning themselves in puddles.
At least 2 dead boys. One with a shattered pelvis. He sort of just bled out on the quad. The other one is face down in a puddle. The bubbles have stopped rising to the surface.
She is well pleased. Zoe goes home. As she gets in, Adam is there. He's being sort of hyper, as per.
He's doing burpees. He greets her and he's like, hey, you're in US history. Did you get that reading? On my playbook. I need to find that. Where was I? Oh, yeah, I was doing burpees. Oh, wait, did I fix a hole in my uniform?
Yeah.
And so he goes, be focused.
Adam's brain completely reconfigures, I guess. Because I think if he could focus, he would have been doing... Right?
His neural pathways shoot out in new directions, tearing through grey matter, scything through his neurons.
But it doesn't help him or do anything good because he drops the weights that he's holding and turns to stare at a lampshade. And he goes, This lampshade, it's so interesting. Is that silk or linen? I could study that for hours.
Zoe looks at that and goes, good.
Good. Fixed him.
Fixed that boy.
He didn't want to focus on a lampshade. He's like, this is the creepiest one in the whole film, I think.
I think
just think of some other one. Yeah, this is probably the creepiest one because she says, be focused, but doesn't tell him. She should have said, focus on one task at a time that you want to achieve. But now he's like, he can only be focused, but he has no choice over what he focuses on.
What he focuses on.
It's like it's like
a curse. It's like an ironic curse you would be given in a fable.
Yeah, right. So, like, imagine if you couldn't choose what you were focused on. He's just, just like look around right now at the desk, and as soon as your eye lights on something, it's just like, bam, I focus on this. I can do nothing else.
Whoa.
And he's stuck there, for like a full day.
He's like Narcissus in the pool, right? He's staring at his own reflection, unable to eat, unable to sleep. He's going to drown in his own reflection. He's going to starve to death looking at this lampshade.
These are all like Greek mythological punishments, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, another boy in need of fixing comes in. It's Zach, the food boy. He comes in with a platter of comedy bad food. Would you like some jelly, pickle, taco, caramel sundae? He says. Start making less gross food, hisses Zoe.
Yeah, she commands. Bloop, 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 bloop. When a boy receives a command, it goes boom, like that. Like, and we see the boy's kind of like brain shut down. It's really choice. I think this is really harsh to do to Zach because all Zach did was forget to put the lid on the blender. He makes food for her, right? It's nice. It's gross food because he's a boy, but he's just experimenting in the kitchen. He
likes the food and he probably thinks that she'll like it too.
Yeah. Yeah. He's just trying to be nice. He's like, hey, I made you food. Do you want to? And she's like, make different food. I like conventionally delicious food.
So he looks at the food that he's obviously spent a long time making and he's like, what is this vile substance? To the kitchen. I must find organic vegetables.
Next, here comes Ted, her stepfather. He comes in shouting as usual.
He's bellowing about sports.
Be quieter, she hisses. And he goes, football?
Football?
Like, silently.
Football.
He can no longer speak at any volume. He looks confused and upset, understandably. Then she goes to find Dirty Ben. He's destroyed the toilet by putting a slushie in it. Be clean, she tells him.
Yeah.
And Dirty Ben immediately begins compulsively gathering cleaning supplies.
Yeah, Dirty Ben gets some wire wool, some steel wool from the cupboard and starts scrubbing his skin off his body.
Nice clean bones.
Not clean enough white clean bones, he says.
Bleached clean bones. Also, I'm pretty sure Dirty Ben immediately starts gathering like cleaning supplies he shouldn't be handling because he is like 8, to remind you, and he's sort of
that's
like,
true. There's a lot of bleach, a lot of acid.
I'll get the bleaches and acids.
Yeah.
So then she walks Humphrey, takes Humphrey to the park and chats to the dog. Humphrey, she says, listen, dog, I'm not saying that controlling boys with a magic app is completely ethical, but but she points out all the ways that her life is better now.
Yeah. The house is clean, the boys are behaving better, and things aren't as terrible as they were.
Yeah.
But oh no, in the park, Jackson, the fellow in the beanie and the leather jacket and the crystal, the living Abercrombie mannequin, he's sat there reading a book in the park like a dick.
Yeah, like a lone wolf.
Yeah.
Hey, smartphone, he calls to her likably. And as they chat, some like soft acoustic guitar music, like the Life is Strange main menu is happening, like starts up to let us know that this is romantic. This music is doing some very heavy lifting because there is absolutely nothing enjoyable about their relationship or their flirting.
Absolutely zero chemistry, yeah.
Yeah. Didn't peg you for a dog girl, he says likably, just sort of making sweeping assumptions about her likes and dislikes. I wouldn't have pegged myself as a dog girl, says Zendaya, but he needed a walk and he's surprisingly good company.
Yeah.
She says, I see you're reading alone in the park. Tell me, he says, gesturing around, that this isn't the most beautiful place to sit and collect your thoughts.
She asks what he's reading. I've written, if it's To Kill a Mockingbird, I'm putting my laptop through the TV. And then he lifts up the book and it's To Kill a Mockingbird. He is the performative male.
I know. With astonishing smugness, he shows her this book and sort of looks at her as if to say, you, a smartphone user, probably aren't familiar with this little novel, To Kill a Mockingbird.
Probably haven't even heard of Harper Lee, have you?
Yeah, I don't know if you know about To Kill a Mockingbird. It's basically sold more than 30 million copies and has been translated into more than 40 languages.
It's basically one of the most popular books ever written. It's a little book I discovered.
From Wikipedia, it's never been out of print in hardcover or paperback. It has become part of the standard literature curriculum. A 2008 study of secondary books read by students between grades 9 to 11 in the US indicates the novel is the most widely read book in these grades. He could not have picked a more basic ass book to sort of pull up into frame.
But him and Zendaya are having a sort of performative off at this point. She's like, actually, it's my favourite book. Like, oh my God. And he
also has an ice cold take on it, which is astonishing.
Yeah. He says it's about a young girl who thinks she has her whole world figured out only to realise she had it all wrong.
Wow.
That's what I've taken from it.
Astonishingly. Oh my. Anyway, so Zoe says that in her interpretation, it's the world around the young girl that goes crazy, and the Life is Strange music starts again, and they sort of smile at each other and bond. Have a nice evening, smartphone, he says, having cemented their romantic relationship as 100% on.
I love how neither of them mention at all like racist attitudes or like race and class, which are actually what
are the actual. Like, I mean, is there a reading of To Kill a Mockingbird that it contains themes of a young girl who thinks she has her whole world figured out only to realise she had it all wrong? Sure, I guess you could say that, but it would be probably sort of 15th or 16th in the list of obvious themes to discuss.
Yeah, it'd be like saying Lord of the Rings is about a young boy who thinks he's got it all figured out, but then realises he doesn't.
He thinks he's got it all figured out. Brackets. There isn't an evil wizard who created a one ring whose magic will sweep the lands with darkness.
I mean, broadly, it's correct.
He realises that he had it all wrong. Brackets. There is a Sauron who's done that. Sauron.
But also, quite a lot of other stuff happens.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say it was the primary theme of the book.
Oh my God, I just can't with this guy. To Kill a Mockingbird. Unbelievable.
To Kill a Mockingbird. Have you heard of it? I was just reading Catcher in the Rye and I thought, I'll try something different. Maybe TKAM, as I call it.
Oh my God. What's weird is that she spends this movie fixing boys, being like, this one is smelly, change that. This one is sort of annoying and can't focus, change that. This one does fart bombs, change that. But like, she never sees, as you say, the performative male, Jackson.
Yeah.
She's never like, bloop bloop,
Stop being a total asshole.
Yeah, or like bleep bloop, stop negging me. Stop making bleep bloop, stop making assumptions about what I like. Stop telling me what I don't like. Yeah. And also stop telling me that like having a phone that I like is like basic compared to your
personality trait compared to your rebel without a cause attitude you've got going on over here.
Your deep and fathomless understanding of To Kill a Mockingbird.
Also, I assume you've heard Jackson speak in this in some of the clips so far, but his delivery of everything is so weird.
Yeah, we should talk about the delivery. It's kind of a low...
What's the matter, smartphone?
Kind of a
low drawl.
When he's supposed to be like a 15-year-old boy. He's talking like Sam Elliott or something. He's like,
well, now, smartphone, you ever read the great Harper Lee wrote a little book called Kill a Mockingbird? Gave her last interview in 1967.
It's like Sam Elliott in A Star Is Born. He's just mumbling everything through a mouthful of bourbon and cigar smoke.
Yeah, we'll have a clip later so you can hear it.
Hi listeners, Luke isn't here for the ads because he's had his tonsils out, but what he won't tell you is that he had them out so he could eat them because, and I can't believe I'm saying this, he fell for one of those Instagram fad diets that said that eating your own tonsils would give you unbelievable gains. If only Luke had heard of Green Chef. That's right, where fad diets fail, Green Chef delivers real food and recipes that make healthy eating easy and lasting. And you get to keep your tonsils. That's right, with Green Chef, each week you get over 40 recipes made with organic produce, responsibly sourced proteins, and nothing you can't pronounce. Sure, you might say, that applies to tonsils as well. Organic, it's responsibly sourced if you're using your own, and you can pronounce it. But you can pick what matters to you with Green Chef, such as Mediterranean high protein or their new longevity line built around brain and gut health. Your meals come pre-portioned and they are ready in minutes. And if you want guidance beyond the plate, they include free unlimited one-on-one nutrition coaching that helps you stay on track. Green Chef's the only certified clean meal kit tested by the Clean Label Project and the most sustainable meal kit with 20% less food waste and 100% offset delivery emissions. If we could get Green Chef here in the UK, it is what we would be using. So if you want to sign up for yourself and check it out, head to greenchef.com/50momcan'tcook and use code 50momcan'tcook to get 50% off your first month, then 20% off for 2 months. That's code 50momcan'tcook, 50momcan'tcook, all one word, at greenchef.com/50momcan'tcook. Can't cook. Now, in the movie Zapped, there's a clique of gamers, but we only really know that because they're playing games. Once Zendaya dominates their mind and they abandon their Nokia Engages and PlayStation Vitas, they could be any clique. They could be the chess club, they could be the Midnight Society, they could even be the Order of the Bear. What they needed was insert coin clothing, friends, because insert coin clothing is clothing, accessories, apparel, and loads of other stuff inspired by the video games that you love. Right now, they've got some great Persona stuff celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Persona games. Or how about this? Resident Evil. They've just had one of those out, haven't they? Well, celebrate that with some Resident Evil Requiem gear or Doom the Dark Ages. And speaking of Resident Evil, they have a blanket that you need to see. Right, this Resident Evil blanket, it's also the 30th anniversary of Resident Evil, actually. So take that, Persona, in your face. But this blanket looks like a sort of tapestry of all the characters from Resident Evil. They've got Leon on there. They've got Grace, I think that is. They've got Ada Wong. And it's like a beautiful Resident Evil tapestry. You could hang this on your wall and it would elevate any living space, unless you don't like Resident Evil, in which case you don't have to buy it. It's not compulsory. Anyway, Insert Coin Clothing has given us a code for our loyal listeners to help you get 10% off online orders. Simply go to Insert Coin Clothing and enter the code Breaking App is Hard to Do. That's BREAKINGAPPISHARDTODO, and you will get 10% off online orders. Codes are not applicable on charity items, bundles, gift cards, postage, and some products at launch. Codes cannot be combined with other deals or promotions and are valid until the end of 2026. So let everyone at school know which clique you belong to by buying a big Resident Evil blanket and hanging it up in your lounge.
Okay, so we see Mom getting home to find subjugated boys cleaning with
their minds in tatters.
Their minds in tatters. Zach is bringing her prosciutto and her husband is talking quietly. Adam is still looking at the lamp hours later.
Wake up. Come on, says Dad, like weakly and quietly in the hallway, but no one can hear him.
Yeah.
Nothing, he says. I got nothing. Zoe rises peacefully from her bed. Adam is now studying family photos in a trance. Zach hands her this morning's breakfast menu. Wild salmon Florentine on a bed of sustainably harvested hen eggs, served with a vine-ripened apple kiwi salad. I've written, I'm pretty sure you don't ripen apples on a vine, but that's fine. Whatever.
Zach is like 10 or whatever.
Yeah, he's...
Also, like... So Zach can make this and does make this.
Yeah.
So, like, clearly what Zach was doing, but she should have tried his pickle caramel taco. It was probably delicious. Like, he's clearly such an accomplished chef that he's in his Heston Blumenthal phase. And he's like...
he's doing molecular gastronomy. He's jellifying everything.
Yeah, exactly. And she's like, ugh, looks gross. You know, like if you took a 4-year-old to like a fancy restaurant, it's like, it's foam. Oh, I don't like it. It's like, well, if you tried it, I think it might be delicious.
Yeah, it would activate all of your taste buds in a sort of scientific way.
Yeah,
not interested.
Not interested, mate.
But also the way he's written this, I think it betrays a lack of understanding of food, because he said wild salmon Florentine on a bed of sustainably harvested hen eggs.
On a bed of eggs.
On a bed of eggs. What do you mean a bed of eggs? But also, what eggs aren't sustainably, unless you kill the chicken every time it lays an egg. Like
sustainably harvested.
It's like, oh, the eggs come out, get its head off. You've got a big, like, head clippers, and you just take the chicken's head off every time it lays an egg.
Yeah, that's true. The normal way of doing it, even like battery hens, you would say it's sustainably harvested in that, you know, or maybe it just means like we keep feeding them.
Yeah, we don't let the hens die of starvation. I guess so. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. What do you mean, Zach? But you know, fine. He's 10.
Yeah.
Oh, and Dirty Ben brings her a hairbrush and is like, "For your grooming pleasure." He's cleaned the bathroom already. It doesn't seem as if he slept.
No.
If Mum is worried about any of this, she never in the whole film is going to say it or express any sort of feeling at all.
Yeah. She's just sort of watching this with interest. Let's say.
Interest. At school.
Yeah, everyone is being yoga-ish and gentlemanly, opening doors for her and stuff. Every boy is in a mental prison.
Yeah, all the boys at sort of school are like floating around, opening doors and being nice.
Yeah.
Weirdly, I mean, there are like 4 female characters in this film. There's evil Taylor and Yuki, and then there's good Zoe and Rachel.
Yeah.
Obviously, the population of this school is roughly 50% girls.
You would assume.
None of them seem to be reacting to the fact that, like, every single boy is, like, on the floor drowning or doing yoga or, like, seizing and convulsing and opening doors and sort of
standing at the
them...
kitchen counter, like, chopping carrots and continuing down the carrots until they reach their fingers and not noticing. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Some of these girls have brothers who come home from school. And will have spent the evening, I don't know, cheese gratering them,
chewing on knives. Like, well, what is it?
Oh, bring her back.
Bring her back. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Headbutting the floor like in Weapons.
Yes.
No one seems to have raised this as an issue. So
no,
it's fine.
But anyway, she finds Rachel, who's with Charlie, but Charlie's gone wrong. He's opening up about his feelings too much, it seems. And then Charlie sort of hugs Rachel and goes, "Oh, that's nice. He's hugging me a lot," says Rachel, a little bit put out at Charlie's sudden, like, over-affection, oversharing of his feelings.
But overall, it's basically awesome, she says. We see the stinking boys are now waxing each other.
Yeah.
Rachel is impressed by this app. She says, "This is great. No more global conflict, no more toilet seat up or down debates. All problems caused by boys, which is most problems, are solved."
Yeah. Now, I agree that if you had an app that could control the minds of men, you could solve all of the world's major problems quite quickly.
Yeah.
But Zoe and Rachel don't try and do that. They mostly just have boys, like, drown themselves on the floor.
Yeah, they could get on, like, YouTube or TV or a big loudspeaker in Times Square and be like, "Everyone do world peace now."
Yeah.
And then it would happen.
Yeah.
World peace.
Yeah. I reckon if you thought about it, you could probably draw up a kind of Asimov's 3 laws of robotics for all the boys and men to sort of follow that would, you know, while preserving their free will, give them, like, guide rails of behaviour.
Curb their more destructive impulses.
Yeah. I feel like it could be achieved. Anyway, I was only thinking about that because I watched Zapped, which is... and I find that when I watch a DCOM, I find myself thinking about the troubling implications of what 3 rules would I put in place to curb the destructive instincts of men.
Yeah, it's what Disney wanted from their television channel for children. So they cut to dance practice. Mean Taylor is doing dancing with her group. The loser junior varsity dancers are captained by a rubbish boy. And he says, first order of business, does anyone else want to be captain? Because I'm rubbish and a boy. Yeah. Rachel nominates Zoe. You're the best dancer in school, she says, and everyone else votes for her. Okay, fine, says Zoe. I accept this grand honour.
The kid who was the captain of the team, he's wearing like a little backpack for babies. I can't get a read on this group. this clique, what they're supposed to be. It's like this film ran out of cliques because they've got sort of jocks, skaters, gamers, and like kids who love to work out or whatever.
And stinking children.
Stinking children. And then it's like, I don't know.
Those are the 5 main types.
There's literally no other type of person. I guess, like, what about sort of like a big boy with a tie-dye shirt tucked in and he sort of moves his arms around like he's a rag doll in a river rapids and he's wearing a little backpack for a baby. Is that a type of boy?
Yeah, we all had that clique, didn't we? The big boys with the shirts tucked in and the flailing arms and the tiny baby backpack.
So anyway, one of them says that he's been studying the Maori haka and demonstrates some of that. Zoe says, no, we won't be doing that.
I don't think we'll be doing that.
I don't think we'll be doing that, no. Later, Zoe runs the squad through a simple routine and they all flail in different directions and can't do it. One of them hits one of the other ones really hard in the head. And the evil varsity team led by Taylor laugh and point and a rivalry crystallizes.
Yeah, Taylor and Zoe scowl at each other. But then Zoe looks at her app that controls boys and thinks to herself, maybe I could use this to control boys.
She addresses her team and gives the following command: follow my lead. We see all the boys sort of have their minds disintegrated.
Yeah, they splash deep into the sunken place.
And she kicks into this dance. She dances incredibly. She's doing amazing hip-hop dancing, and the boys' bodies cannot but follow along in perfect sync.
Taylor is impressed by this. She's like, whoa, when did they become good? And why is she talking into her phone?
Presumably this is agony for the boys.
Yeah, I mean, their limbs aren't supposed to move like this, I don't think. Their muscles can't keep up with this kind of movement, and they don't have the coordination or bone density or kind of like freedom of movement to be able to do any of these movements. So this is the sort of thing you can't just launch into without warming up or knowing how to do it.
Yeah, or I mean, I guess you could if your limbs were being controlled by something other than yourself, but at the end you would like collapse bleeding, wouldn't you? Or like all of your tendons would be like pulled around and snapped and stretched
and shattered. You would probably you'd probably sprain something at minimum.
Yeah, it would be really bad.
They're being puppeteered through this, a grim puppeteer kind of dancing them around like a marionette.
Yeah, and she's really going for it. It's like this really, really intense street dance, and all the boys are sort of following along, kind of perfectly. And they can't dance. I think this is killing them.
Yeah.
But Taylor can't believe. How did they become not terrible? And what is she doing with her phone?
Yeah.
Taylor speculates as they look.
So Taylor is shook by all of this. Later, at an administrative office, I think it's maybe the headmaster's office or something.
Yeah, maybe the principal. I can't tell. Yeah.
Zoe has told the principal, possibly this person is never named, that the junior varsity squad is better than the varsity squad and they should be the school's main dance team, the one that represents them at state. I'm confused, says the teacher. Why is the junior varsity squad better? Why didn't you dump all the loser kids there like the other sports do? Don't think you're supposed to say that out loud.
No, probably not. Probably not.
Let me get this straight. You think the JV squad is actually better than the varsity squad?
And that we should get a shot at being the school's main dance team, the one that represents our school at state.
I'm confused. Why is the JV squad better? Why didn't you just dump all the, dance challenge kids on JV like other sports do?
That's exactly what we did.
Look, I believe there may have been some institutional bias in the team selection process.
Not me.
Look, I'm just proposing a dance-off. Okay, a fair contest to see who's really the best.
I told you, boys, no candles in the hall. It's a fire hazard. And no incense either. You get those out of here, you'll be downward dogging in Saturday detention.
Dance-off sounds fair enough.
What? No, okay, this is ludicrous.
Spirit Committee's looking for a halftime act for the first basketball game of the season. We could do it then. We can get one of those applause meters that measures crowd noise. I've always wanted to use one of those.
Yay, sounds perfect. What? Okay, no, it doesn't.
It's settled. Dance off.
So the date is set. The applausometer is to be purchased.
Yeah.
May the best squad win.
May the best squad win in the big dance-off. Sexual hunk Abercrombie mannequin Jackson comes up. He was looking for Zoe. Hey, he says. What is happening to the universe, says Taylor. The new girl is stealing my boyfriend. She hates all of this.
Yeah.
She storms off. Jackson explains to Zoe that they used to date, but not anymore. Taylor's not come to terms with it yet. And then he says he has something he wants to say to her.
He says, would you like to hang out sometime? And Zoe's like, yeah, okay. He says, I'm going to be at the Pit Stop Diner tonight if you're free. And she agrees, all blushing and simpering. And as they walk away from each other, they both look over their shoulders at different times and look back at the other one. And then we cut to basketball practice.
Yeah, Dad is trying to coach basketball, but he's too quiet to be heard. Adam is too focused on the net to
and he
play
hates
basketball properly.
He hates it as well. Dad's like,
Please
okay,
do basketball.
Good hustle. Pass it to Adam.
Please.
Yeah, but like he's screaming with his eyes, but his mouth can only do quiet sounds. He's like,
Adam is just staring at the net.
Yeah.
Wow. It's so fascinating.
Yeah. Tripp, who's been told to be kind, hands over the ball to the opposing player. Oh, no.
Here you go, little basketball friend. I want you to have this, he says.
It's so stupid. It's not like playing sports is a bad thing to do.
It's mean.
It
was mean of you to take the ball off the opposition. That was mean. You stole his ball. You stole it. You took what wasn't yours.
Yeah. It's mean to win at sports. Brilliantly, after doing this, Tripp says the Tripp is worried about himself. Which I really...
The Tripp has a few moments of self-awareness in this that are quite nice. He seems to be the only one who's able to sort of buck against the mental domination.
He may actually have the most powerful mind of all the boys.
Yeah, he's got the most self-assurance, the most... the greatest sense of personal perspective.
Do you know what it is? It's because he refers to himself in the third person. So his sense of self is somewhat distant compared to the other boys. He thinks of himself almost as a different person. And so when the Tripp is dominated, I tell you what, in 20 years' time, when a ragtag group of boys is leading the resistance, this is how
Emperor Zoe.
Yeah, against Emperor Zoe. This is how they'll be doing it. They'll be like, you must never think of yourself as a boy. You must always refer to yourself in the third person as
you are not yourself. You are an outside observer.
An outside
Leave
observer.
your body.
Yeah, I am Chandler from Friends. And so that's what you do. Yeah, you leave your body. Yeah.
So Rachel's slightly worried about how this could all go wrong, like how magic powers in the movies go wrong.
Yeah.
But Zoe says, no, it won't.
Yeah.
Besides, in those movies, who are the main characters who mess everything up? Boys.
Which, I mean, is a valid observation, but that's probably more to do with, the sort of like over representation of male protagonists in Hollywood, and the fact that it's good to watch a film where things go wrong because it's exciting, because then they can go right again, which I would remind you, Zapped, is also what you're trying to do. So think on.
So that's the end of that scene. We cut to the Pit Stop Diner. It's a sort of 1950s themed diner. Performative male Mary Sue Jackson is here, and he is playing chess against like 6 chess grandmasters and checkmating them all at the same time.
Oh, it's so annoying. He obviously, it seems very, very likely to me that he got the chess nerds to do this for him. Like
to make him look clever.
Yeah, to make him look clever, because as soon as she walks in, he goes, checkmate. Like, she doesn't see any other moves.
Yeah, he's like, checkmate. Oh, it's fun to see you here, smartphone. I was just killing time and crushing the chess club till you show up.
Can I have my $50 now, Mr. Chess?
Shut up. Shut up. I'll give you your $50 later. This is my normal voice.
So they date. He says that the chess club, he likes them, and he doesn't care what people think about that. They're good dudes. He likes it here, and he says he also likes that he can easily beat them at chess. And then they talk about the universally agreed biologically hardwired binary differences between girls and boys for a while.
I like the chess club. They're good dudes. I feel at home with them, And it's also fun because I can pretty much deliver a chess beatdown on any one of them.
Why do all boys do that? Everything is a sport. It's like you have to pretend to be competitive with each other as an excuse
to enjoy each other's company.
Oh, unlike girls who pretend to enjoy each other's company as an excuse to be competitive with each other.
What? No, that is...
What?
That's completely...
Oh, come on, is that all you got? Wait, did I just render you speechless?
Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. Jackson. So yeah, Jackson has rendered her speechless. This is the first point where my notes say his voice is so weird.
Yeah. His delivery is strange.
You can hear it.
Yeah. So they talk on, and she accidentally says the word date, and then playful music starts, and they both awkwardly go like, there's like a date, not to say that it's, so it's kind of awkward.
Yeah, Jackson looks perplexed, and then Zoe says, not that this is a date officially, just hanging out. Jackson says nothing and does nothing. And then Zoe sits in the moment for ages, and then is like, I'll be right back, and leaves the table. So... Good. She calls Rachel. She's like, and she's like, I'm crashing out on this date. We see that Rachel has 2 pillows with Charlie Wang's face on them, which is normal. So she says, I can't help. I don't know how to get a boy to like you. What do boys like? And then Zoe gets an idea and she says, I know, competition. Gotta go. She then turns to 2 nearby chessmen and commands them to flirt with her.
They go dead behind the eyes and follow her.
Light leaves their eyes.
Yeah, and they follow her to her table. I couldn't help but notice how beautiful you are, they enthuse. Their eyes, if you look at their eyes, you can kind of see like panic, like barely perceptible sort of panic.
Yeah.
I think they've been given a sort of director's note to do everything in a kind of manic kind of way. Which is it's a good note and everyone's delivering it well, but it does unfortunately sort of like tie them to this canonical delivery that when you're given a command by the magic app, you're like completely lost.
Yeah, they're very, very panicky about everything. They're like, did your dad a thief because he stole diamonds from the sky and put them in your eyes?
She's magnificent, isn't she? If he doesn't understand what a cat you are, then maybe you and I. And then Jackson's like, she's my date.
Now, Dutch, I know what you're trying to do.
And then Zoe's like, I think my date gets the idea. But of course, the 2 flirting chess boys can't stop. Why would they be able to? She hasn't given them any sort of instruction on when they can stop.
That's it. That's all they can do for the rest of their lives is flirt with Zoe, even when Zoe isn't around.
Yeah. Also, I don't think she's ever going to see these boys again. I'm not sure they go to the school. So, as you might imagine, at the end of this movie, like, everything's going to be put back to normal, but like not for these
Only
boys.
For people within earshot of Zoe. Yeah. Oh dear.
Yeah.
So yeah, walking home, they talk about how weird that was. I've got no idea what happened, says Zoe. It's not your fault. Boys find you irresistible, says Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
And then she says, thanks, I had a good time tonight. I did too, smartphone, says Jackson in his voice. They stare at each other for ages, and then he's like, I should be going. I'll see you at school. And she's all confused by this.
So Zoe heads back to her house. It's dark. In the yard outside, she finds Adam, who's standing there cold and frozen. He's staring... Lobotomized. He's staring up at the net. He's still looking at a basketball net.
He hasn't eaten in days.
He hasn't eaten. He looks visibly cold. And so Zoe, instead of sort of using the app to say like, hey, go back to normal or go inside or like put on a jumper, she says, can I ask you something? And he sort of swivels to face her and says, you have my undivided attention. I mean, really, it's impossible to divide my attention.
Yeah. You look closer and you see tears are streaming down his cheeks.
Bloody tears. She says it's about the guy I'm seeing. He's being a little confusing. Adam says that in his limited experience, boys are confusing, and they're usually being confused by a girl.
Yeah.
And then this brain-stricken Adam lays some boy truths on her.
Okay, but I have a right to be confusing. A new house, a new school, all of you guys, it's all just... It's very stressful.
Hey, we've had to adjust to a new sister. Look, boys are no different from girls. At the end of the day, we're all stress cases sometimes.
You.
You really think that I don't worry? I worry all the time. It's all I do. I worry about not disappointing the team, not letting down my dad, not getting into college. I mean, scouts are starting to watch me now. Why do you think I'm always rushing around everywhere? Well, not that I'm really rushing around much anymore. Look, my point is, This guy, maybe try and relax and cut him some slack, huh? Boys can be a pain, but we come around. Eventually.
Well, I'm glad that that's solved. Boys can be a stress case sometimes.
Yeah. Boys can
But
be
they come
bad,
around.
can't they? Boys can do
can.
bad, but every boy comes around eventually, I guess.
Yep.
I guess.
This is exactly what Zoe needed to hear, of course. And she says, thanks, Adam.
Yeah.
He says, hey, Zoe, having a new sis is a big deal, but it hasn't been all bad. He then goes to shoot the basketball, but becomes enthralled by its texture and cannot.
Yeah, he's unable to throw the ball. As Zoe leaves, if she considers letting him have his brain back, she doesn't show it. And we cut to Dirty Ben, who's jamming a vacuum cleaner into the oven. He's like trying to find the last bits of dirt in the house, I think, because he's cleaned it all so much. He's like, must find more dirt. He bickers with Zach, who's struggling to cook with all the cleaning. And then quiet Ted comes into Zoe's bedroom to talk to her.
to whisper at her. Yeah, it's pretty rough. She says, I've fixed that castle that broke. It looked like it needed a little TLC. The boys all helped out. Adam held that glue joined together for like 5 hours. He was really focused.
Yeah. So he's used epoxy and screws to fix her ornament like a boy might. And tearfully, Zoe thanks Silent Ted, and the music plays to honour her father's memory.
Mm-hmm.
She says, maybe I misjudged these guys. She's saying this to Humphrey the dog.
Yeah.
Maybe they're okay. Or maybe they're just okay because I commanded them to be okay. And she thinks and says, maybe tomorrow I could use the phone to dial it back a bit and give the guys a slightly longer leash.
Yeah, maybe I'll have a nice long 8-hour sleep, and then tomorrow I'll free everyone from the mental prison I've put them in.
In which I'm keeping them trapped.
in which they languish at my pleasure.
Anyway, the next morning she wakes up and she realises she's late. I don't know what she's late for. I thought she was late for the dance-off, but it turns out that the dance-off isn't going to be until, like, this evening. So
Yeah,
I guess
just for school, I think.
For school, I mean, who cares?
Yeah.
You control all the boys. It's fine. It's going to be fine. In the bathroom, Adam is there staring at toothpaste, and she's like, hurry up. She apps him to hurry up. So he maniacally starts gargling and sort of spraying himself with various things.
And spraying deodorant into his mouth and eyes and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, because he cannot but hurry up.
Yeah.
Careful, I just waxed the stairs, cries Dirty Ben as Adam runs out the room, and we hear him slipping and dying on the stairs.
We hear him thud catastrophically down the stairs. He's fine, though, he says. So,
I guess he says
good.
he's fine because he can't focus on his injuries. He's distracted by, like, the texture of the carpet or something.
Yeah, he can't feel blood filling his lungs.
He's unable to divide his attention like that.
Yeah, like the floor divided his pelvis just now. So he runs. In the kitchen, we see Zach holding closed an oven that is dripping with molten yeast and dough. Good morning, he says. I'm baking some high omega flaxseed oat bread, and it expanded more than I thought.
This made me think of do you know the concept of, like, weaponized incompetence in like relationships and stuff? This made me think of this. It's like, I
can't mow the lawn. I did such a bad job.
Yeah. Oh, you don't want me loading the dishwasher. Oh, I always do it so badly. It's like the film is saying, I mean, yes, you could ask a boy to cook for you, but eventually the oven will explode with yeast somehow.
You will be flooded with molten yeast.
Yeah, because I guess the idea is that, like, fundamentally, whether you order a boy to do something or let them do it on their own, you can't get around the fact that they're stupid. So,
yes,
like,
no, that is the fundamental quality of a boy, is they're stupid and they'll do everything wrong and they'll explode whatever it is they're trying to do.
Yes. The inescapable fact of a boy is the stupidness. And so, so what Zoe is learning is that everything flows from that. Mm-hmm. So even when you try and, like, correct boys with orders, they are fundamentally stupid and it will go wrong.
Yeah, like a human skeleton that's being forced into dance moves that it has no way of producing.
Yes.
You can marionette a boy into competence, but if you leave him to his own devices, the stupidity will come through.
Yes, and ruin your life just in a different way.
Yeah.
Like this exploded yeast oven. So walking up to school, Zoe realises that things may have gone too far. She looks around. The filthy boys and the gamers are having a turf war.
Yeah.
Because one team wants to use an area for yoga and the other wants to use the same patch of concrete as a sort of bleaching station. Charlie won't stop hugging Rachel.
Yeah, you got to fix this, she says. Zoe says, stop hugging Rachel. The app chimes and then he starts hugging Zoe.
Yeah.
I need all of you guys to stop, yells Zoe. And every man at school grinds to a halt and freezes.
Yeah.
Their eyes dart around in panic, but their bodies are frozen.
Yeah, she makes them go again because she didn't literally mean for them to stop moving, and they all just go back to what they were doing before. Adam is still like running around because she said hurry up. She says slow down, and then he starts moving in slow motion. It's just
what is happening to me? He pleads.
Yeah, it's total chaos. At dance practice, the junior varsity boys are handing in their resignation. They say that this is too intense and their tendons have all snapped and torn.
Their bones are powder and it sounds like a sock full of marbles whenever they rotate their arms. And she's like, no!
Yeah.
I don't accept your resignation.
Yeah, she commands them to dance. They do, of course, because she's used the app to command them to dance, but they look extremely tired and sad.
It's so distressing. They're like, going through these dance motions. It's horrible.
It's amazing. Taylor observes that there's something off about this.
Something's off. It's like their feet are into it, but their hearts aren't.
Yeah, something's a little funky. And I don't mean good funky like disco music, I mean bad funky like bold cream cheese.
That's an understatement. If I were in any way your friend, I'd suggest you quit now before those weirdo robot zombies completely humiliate you. But since I'm not, good luck tonight.
She's right.
Yeah, she is.
Positions!
Maybe we should.
She's got us beat. And I refuse to accept that. Completely confuse your left from your right.
Really? Did you?
What are you doing? No, it's left, then right. No, you're up and right, then. Ow.
Who looks ridiculous now? At least my squad can tell their left from their right. They're not a bunch of freaks bouncing around like, well, a pack of dogs, but maybe that's the squad you belong on.
So you probably gathered from context there, but basically what happened is that the evil dance crew became very confused. They all collapsed into each other in a sort of mal-coordinated heap. And then Zoe went over and hissed to them that they're a pack of dogs.
Yeah. So Zoe has gone insane. Even like this is less than 24 hours since she was talking about, oh, maybe I'll sort of, dial it back.
Yeah. Now she's like, you freaks, you dogs, bark for me.
Yeah. The problem was not enough orders. But even worse, when she looks up, she sees that Jackson, the living A&F doll, saw what she did, and he looks disapproving and turns on his heels and walks away.
He's appalled. She chases after him, and he's like, it's your business, smartphone. I got nothing to say. He's like, I know what kind of a person she is. What I don't know, what kind of person you are, smartphone. Yeah, usually you're pretty chill, he says, but you just treated them just like Taylor does.
Oh, dear. And what about you, says Zoe. 1 second you're nice, then you're ice cold. Jackson says, I don't know about that. He says he always considered himself to be a pretty straightforward and honest kind of guy, which is, just a sort of likable appraisal to give of oneself, isn't it?
Of yourself. Yeah, I'm just a straightforward, straight-shooting, absolute legend.
I'm a straightforward and honest guy. Okay.
I'm just a top-tier absolute legend. And she's like, I know. Well, how come you can't be honest with me about how you feel? He says, I don't know how I feel. And then she says, then just kiss me. Ring bong, says the chime.
Yeah.
And then he does on her. He's sort of magnetically pulled towards her cheek.
Yeah.
Panicking eyes darting around in his skull. And he kisses her on the cheek.
Kisses on the cheek. It's worth saying that Zoe doesn't just say, like, kiss me, and the phone sort of picks it up. She does pick up the phone and very deliberately is like, I order you to kiss me. Bloop. Like that. So he's kissed her on the cheek, and she's like, was that? On the cheek.
Do it again properly. Ding dong.
Yeah. Bing bong. Jackson says, I don't know why I did that. His mind collapsing. He apologizes and says, this whole thing is off. He says, I think we should give each other some space. And he sort of runs away.
Yeah.
Leaving Zoe bereft.
She looks sad about this as Jackson runs off, his mind cratering. We see the dance squad all line up, terrified, like lining up to be executed. But Rachel says, let's end the practice for today. And Zoe agrees.
Yeah. Rachel is kind of giving Zoe an extra bollocking with her eyes, sort of looking as if to say, I think you've been...
I'm disappointed.
I think you've gone insane.
I think you've gone insane with app power. Yeah.
App power, yeah.
I'm officially over you, says Zoe into her phone. I'm turning you off until further notice. And then she puts it in her bag. She looks into the locker room mirror to assess her face. But wait, evil Taylor is here and has taken the phone.
Oh, no.
She gets all up in Zoe's face and then leaves, phone in hand.
Exactly. Zoe doesn't notice that she's been robbed, by the way. So Taylor's got the phone, so he's none the wiser. We cut back to at home. Ding dong. Rachel's here. She's come over to say hi. They go into the kitchen and Zoe apologizes. I took it all way too far. I'm sorry, she says. She says that she's over her state of app-crazed megalomania.
Good. There's got to be a way to reverse it and turn it back, she says. I agree, says Rachel, except when we tried before, it made things worse. You didn't try very hard.
No, not really. Like they were like, oh, I told you to hurry up and he's going too fast. Slow down. Oh, now he's going too slow.
No, now he's going
Why don't
too
you
slow.
try giving
I
the
guess
command?
There's no solution.
Yeah, like just be like, act the way that you were
normally would.
Yeah, act normal.
Disregard all previous commands.
Yes, there you go. That would probably work. I mean,
any of this would have worked.
I don't know. It's either that or you're going to have to reconstruct these boys' minds from first
From the
principles.
ground up.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
You have to teach them how to go to the bathroom. Oh, dear. So, yeah.
you'll have to like wean them over again. So
These
anyway, they don't know how.
boys.
Yeah, they don't know how they're going to fix it. Then Zoe spots a letter on the fridge. It's a letter that says a college scout is going to watch Adam play at tonight's big basketball game. But oh no, of course, thanks to Zoe's meddling, he can't play because his mind is shattered.
It's shattered into fragments, yeah. They're going to get creamed tonight, thanks to me, she says. It's his whole future. We got to go. Come on. So they run. We cut to the game. The Huskies is the team. The announcer is saying that they've been struggling with practice and there's a scout in the stands. Nice one, announcer.
Yeah,
Thanks
that's quite unhelpful. Thanks.
Yeah.
I bet the coach is delighted.
Yeah.
Coach is going to go over there and whisper furiously at him.
Yeah, Dad's trying to fire up the team. Dad's like, go, get fired up. Guys, get ready.
Okay. You get fired up. Get he says,
you're the best team of
just
basketball.
go and have fun out there. Oh, Adam says, having fun isn't exactly going to get me into college.
It's rough.
And he says this all sadly because he knows that he can't play. He's like,
yeah,
I think he's focusing on the huddle now.
Why can't he just focus on playing basketball? That's a thing you could focus on.
I don't know. You could focus on the sport of basketball. That doesn't sound unreasonable to me, but I don't know.
No, apparently
it
can't
be
do that.
done, it seems.
But yeah, Zoe rushes in. She elbows into the huddle and she says, I need to talk to Adam and Dad. And you too, brothers and Mum. This is a family issue.
Yeah.
And Dad's like, well, the game is about to start. But if it's a family issue, I guess I'll join in.
So we smash cut to after Zoe has explained to her family that she's been controlling them with a boy controlling app. She says, this is why you've all been overly focused, quiet, clean, and cooking exotic, healthy cuisine. The boys all start talking about this, and for some reason that's unacceptable to Zoe. She's like, shut up!
Stop considering the things I just said. You
Stop having
boys.
an opinion on the fact that you're all being controlled by an app.
Yeah.
Just shut up, you stupid stinking boys. Listen, I'm sorry. I wasn't ready for my new life and I blamed you guys for everything. She says that she wants to fix things, but she doesn't know how and she needs their help.
Yeah.
And Coach nods and whispers, we can figure this out.
Yeah. What if we downloaded another app, says Zach, one that makes things ordered and right? Yeah, one of those organizer apps, says Adam.
Yeah.
And then we can grab your phone, dunk it in water, throw it in a microwave, throw it at some dog food or human food or whatever, just see what happens. We'll freestyle this.
Freewheeling plans. But Dirty Ben is the one from the mouths of babes.
From the mouths of dirty babes.
From the mouths of dirty men comes the wisdom. He says it's obvious. We have a dog. What do we always do to make him stop doing something? Release. Use the release command.
Now, I don't know what you expect to happen if you tell a room full of teenage boys to release.
Release. I mean, we've definitely established that, like, what the boys do when they get their commands is open to interpretation, right? So, like, it depends on what the boy thinks it means to be told to release.
Yeah, what it means to be told to achieve release.
Achieve.
No.
So they're like, I mean, look, I've never owned a dog. And I don't know much about dog training, so I had to look this up. I didn't know that there was, like, release command. Did you know of this? Did you know that you sort of
I was not aware. No. What does it?
Well, what does it mean? It's a command that you give a dog to sort of basically tell it you can stop obeying me now. So, like, if you tell the dog sit, and the dog sits obediently, and then you're like, yeah, all right, you can sort of go off and play now. Then you give it the release command, which is saying, like, all done, or good job, or okay, or whatever, and then the dog is like, oh, good, I won't be punished now if I have fun, or whatever. So, yeah, it's a real thing, but I hadn't heard of it at all. It makes sense
in this context.
Yeah, the release command. The problem with this is that they're not dogs. So,
yeah,
like, I know that the app doesn't work for dogs now. It's not like a dog app anymore. So if you say to all the boys, like, if you use the app to say, like, release, like, you can't, like, if you say to the boys roll over or, like, give a paw, they can kind of do that and interpret it, but I just don't imagine that. Do you know what I mean?
No,
it's like
unless you've been trained to respond to the command release.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Which the boys haven't.
Which the boys haven't at all. Yeah, it's like the release command is something that you teach a dog, and it's basically a command that is like no command. There is no command. So, like,
yeah,
but you have to learn it. You have to learn that there is a no command. I don't know. It's
yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think probably what's going to happen is all of these boys are going to do what they consider to mean release, and it's going to be an extremely unpleasant gym to be in about 10 minutes' time.
Yeah,
Mum is the only one who doesn't believe all of this. By the way, she's like, Zoe, you're probably not controlling boys with a magic smartphone app.
Yeah.
And Zoe is like, shut up, you idiot! Of course I am. Here, I'll prove it. And she goes in her bag to get the phone, but wait, it's not there.
It's not there. Oh my God. Where's it gone? The game is starting soon, Coach Dad Ted, Quiet Ted, is told. So he goes off to try and lead a team to success without yelling, if you can imagine that being possible.
If you can imagine that, it's not possible.
It's not possible. Zoe and Rachel retread their steps, so they go back to the bathroom, which was the last place that Zoe had the phone. Was anyone else in here? Rachel asks, and they realise, oh no, of course, Taylor was in here.
Evil Taylor.
And we cut to Taylor and Yuki. They're elsewhere in school. Taylor has got the phone and she's trying to figure out how it controls boys.
Yep. She's scrolling through. It's one of these apps. She says, which app could it be? Oh, wait, is it this one? Listen and obey. Yeah, Taylor, it is probably that one. Yeah. She looks at some nearby boys. Shake, she says. The chime goes off and the boys all start shimmying. She smiles evilly. And we cut to her being carried into the gym by hunks on a glittery sedan chair. She's immediately gone mad with power. It's great.
It is funny how immediate it is. It's like she goes, shake at these boys and they start shaking. And then we like hard cut to her basically like Cleopatra sort of.
Yeah.
Like carried around the school by
being
boys.
fanned with big leaves. Yeah.
Yeah. So she steps into the center and loudly addresses the rival team. Robot dance, she says, and they cannot but obey. Then she addresses the home team. Kick line, she says, and they form a kick line. Trip says, Trip does not like this from the kick line. He can't stop doing it, but he can articulate his distress. Poor Trip.
Distress at it. Yeah.
Poor all of them. We only say poor Trip because he's the only one who can like speak.
Yeah, he's the only one with a mind strong enough to get even any element of dissent out.
Yeah.
Taylor then gets on the megaphone and she says, all of you bow down to me. And suddenly every man in the room is bowing and grazing to her, except for the ones who are currently robot dancing and kicklining.
Taylor and Rachel arrive and they survey this total chaos. Rachel says they need to figure out a way to get the phone before Taylor, quote, turns the male population of Earth into her personal slave army, plunging the planet into darkness for all eternity. Mm-hmm. Zoe has a good idea. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering why the principal isn't trying to stop this, we briefly see her and she says, "Is this one of those flash mobs?" So that explains that.
So good. Yep. Pastoral care done.
Done. Is this one of those flash mobs where strangers come into the school?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Zoe says she thinks she knows a way to stop it. And I'm like, oh, okay. The way to stop it is to punch Taylor hard in the face. Yes?
Yeah, right. Hit her in the throat so she can't give orders.
No, apparently it's not that.
But no, there's a different plan. A worse plan.
Hi. Are you looking for the lost and found?
Taylor, you need to stop.
I do.
You need to believe me, okay? This app, it isn't gonna solve anything. The truth is, forcing boys to do what you want them to, it doesn't make life any better. You just gotta let them be themselves and learn to accept them anyway.
Wow, that's a beautiful sentiment. Really, you should go work for a greeting card company. Okay, let me think about that. Nope. Okay, look, I'm not going to stop. I mean, you didn't stop, did you? Do you really think it's a coincidence? Coolest guy in school, who could have anyone, you and me, just saying, would choose her?
No, Jackson, I never used the app on you. Except to make you kiss me, and I'm sorry.
So, having had this plea to her better nature, Taylor announces that she doesn't have one. And she's like, "Give this back to you after you mess with my world. Maybe I should mess with your world a little. Why don't you scooch around on the ground like a dog, coach?" she says. Bing bong. Dad starts scooting around humiliatingly like a dog. Mm-hmm. And you, she says, howl to Zach, and little Rizzler Zach starts howling at the moon. Ooh, like a dog.
Oh, dear.
And you, she says to Adam. "Don't hurt my family," says Zoe. "Use it on me. I'll do anything you want. Just say the command." And Taylor is like, "Very well then. Beg."
Zoe drops to her knees and begs, "Pant," says Taylor. Zoe obeys. "Sit." Zoe obeys. "Shake." Zoe obeys. "Roll over." Zoe obeys. This has gone on for quite a long time.
Yeah.
This is another one of those moments in the film where I'm wondering, like, what's going on with all the other girls in the school? There's dozens of other girls in this room who are just sort of on an idle animation,
just watching this.
They're just like they're watching the coach scoot around on his butt and sort of obey, like everyone's obeying Taylor. I don't know.
Yeah. All their boyfriends and brothers and their dads are all like just rolling around and obeying that girl who they sometimes see around at school, and they're
they probably all just think it's a flash mob. So that's
probably a flash. Yeah, it's probably one of those flash mobs.
That was the big problem with just life in 2014, is that you could never tell if there was something really serious and bad happening or if it was a flash mob.
Now, is that really a mugging or is it a flash mob?
Yeah. You'd see a car sort of drift into the central reservation and spear through it, and you'd be like, "Oh, nice, motorway flash mob, good."
I won't steer out of the way. It's probably a flash mob.
I don't want to ruin their practice.
Yeah,
they've probably been rehearsing this for ages.
So yeah, it's probably for charity.
Yeah.
So yeah, Taylor is like, "Ha ha ha! Look at them," and I'm like, "Why is no one punching Taylor?"
Yes,
but then there is a magical ripping whoosh, and Adam is free.
It's like a Velcro sound.
Yeah, from the effects of the app. "How?" says Zoe. "I'm your brother," he says. "We stick together." What? And then he kneels down next to her and starts shaking like a dog, like she is doing.
Yes. Then the same Velcro sound happens to Coach and to the other boys, to his other sons. And now they're all in a line, begging and shaking and sitting together.
Yeah, doing the rover, right? Like the dance earlier.
Yes, they're all doing the rover. Yes, fine, yeah. It works.
It's good.
The music tells us that this is a happy outcome, but it's just more boys sort of being a dog. I don't know.
Being a dog, yeah.
Then Jackson gets down too and does it, even though he hasn't been commanded to. What are you doing, Jackson? What's going on?
They smile at each other like, yes, what we're doing is good.
Yeah. So Taylor sees that Jackson is doing this and uses the phone to say, get away from her, bloop, bloop. But Jackson doesn't. And I don't understand this.
Yeah.
I don't know. But what's the explanation, Andy?
So she says, Taylor says, why isn't it working? And Zoe says, because everybody knows you can never make a dog turn against its own pack. And everyone sort of laughs and nods at each other. And Jackson isn't a member of Zoe's family.
Yeah.
None of them are dogs. And also...
That's the main problem. They're not dogs. You can never make a dog turn against its own pack. Fine. But they're not dogs. And humans can and often do turn against their own families, friends, social groups.
So do dogs as well. So do dogs. So I'm not quite sure.
What do you mean?
Have they got confused? Do they think this app literally turns boys into dogs?
I honestly think that at this point, like this far into the script, they've forgotten that boys aren't dogs. I think that it started off as a sort of like, here's a dog app. And now what if the dog app could control boys? Why does that work?
Yeah.
Well, it's because boys are a little like dogs, aren't they? And then, one scene leads to another. And then by the end, they're like, aha, but of course, you can never make a dog turn against its own pack. And that's why the boys have broken mind control. What? So everyone laughs and smiles. And then, by the way, says Zoe, that mascot, not a boy. And a nearby Huskies mascot removes its head to reveal Rachel. And then Rachel hits Taylor hard so that she drops the phone.
Finally, someone punches Taylor and she drops the phone.
Probably you could have done that from the start.
Yeah, just hit her with a chair leg or something.
Just sort of dress up as the mascot, pretend to be obeying orders like you're one of the mind-controlled boys and get a bit close and then just sort of like...
You don't even have to do that. Just stride up to her and crack her in the jaw.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I don't know. I suppose if she saw you coming, she could be like, boys, defend me.
Try and defend herself.
Boys, tear her apart. Bloop, bloop.
Yeah, I suppose.
I don't know. Anyway, so...
Yeah, Taylor is defeated.
Yeah, she gets body checked. The phone is caught by Zoe, and she gets on the tannoy and commands every boy and man in the room, release!
The scene that follows, viewer, we cannot describe it in good conscience.
Cannot describe it. No.
So every boy and man in the room releases simultaneously.
They immediately release.
Yeah. There is shocked silence and everyone looks around. They're free of the mind prison.
They're free. They've released.
Yeah.
Everyone is like, lol, what happened? Anyway, it's game time. Because in the way of these things.
It's a decom.
Yeah, no one's interested in interrogating what just happened to them for like the last 72 hours. Taylor threatens her. She says, Zoe, we both know that you're nothing without that phone. Let's find out, says Zoe. And she drops her phone on the floor and stamps on it, destroying it.
Putting all hopes for world peace beyond us.
There's more to life.
She destroys the phone.
There's more to life than what's on a phone, she says.
Yeah.
And Taylor runs away. But it's not actually the end of the film for Taylor, even though her defeat is total and she runs away, but she's going to come back in about 45 seconds and do another evil thing.
So the game goes on. The Huskies are dominating tonight, we're told. Another score for Adam.
Yay.
That's my boy, says Ted, and the scout makes notes.
Yeah, even though the
positive ones.
The scout was presumably also sort of like bowing to Taylor and
achieving release.
So the scout is the scout is disposed to be charitable to Adam's
The scout is all happy and sleepy. So he's like, yeah, good basketball, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Free scholarships for everyone.
Zoe apologizes to Jackson. Let me get this straight, he says. I was completely hypnotized by a crazy app. She says, sorry. And she says, the truth is, that kiss, I made you do it because, well, I like you.
Yeah, I forced you to kiss me because I like you.
Because get this and get ready to change your opinion on
ready
me.
To stop thinking it's bad that I did that.
Because guess what? I like you.
He smiles fondly.
Why didn't you say so?
Well, that's all right then.
He says, I like you too, smartphone. And they make plans to have a date, a real date this time.
A real one this time, not just her coming and being impressed by him dominating nerds at chess.
Yeah. So Rachel drags Zoe away. It's showtime. And I'm like, wait, what? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my notes say they're still doing the dance-off.
Yeah. Is this still happening?
Yeah, apparently it's still happening.
I guess. Do you know what this is? This is 100% an editorial note. Like, we're seeing it a lot, aren't we, in these latter day decoms? Like, Teen Beach Movie had this. Lemonade Mouth has this. It's like a big song and dance number at the end that doesn't
end the film.
Doesn't really feel necessary and is like tacked on and just extends the runtime. But it's because it has to end with a big song and dance.
Yeah, so they have the dance off, right? The evil varsity dancers come out and do a sort of Super Sentai routine to a song that sounds like a reggae Gangnam Style.
Yeah, it's just sort of one has to assume good street dance.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Zoe gives the junior varsity squad a pep talk. Just go out there and do your thing. Dance with your hearts and not your feet. Have fun. Do your Maori haka, she says. Just go out there and be boys, okay? And they all nod, knowing exactly what it means to just go out there and be a boy somehow.
Yeah, the evil dancers are all doing like flips and stuff. And we get to see the applause meter from earlier. So they're cheering, there's applause. We get a look at the applause meter, and it is the most baffling thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, it's very confusing. Okay, so it registers a 3 on the applause-o-meter, which sounds fine.
Yeah.
But it's like, imagine a sort of speedometer where at the sort of 12 o'clock point, like at the northernmost point of this thing, that's 0. And then on the right of that, it goes up to 5, and then on the other side, it goes down to 20.
Okay,
now,
so I can read you the numbers on the thing. So it goes from left to right.
Yeah.
20, 10, 7, 5, 3, 2, 1, 0, and that's the center of the meter.
Yeah,
and then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. But then there is also an inner ring that says 20, 40, 60, 100, and 100 is level with 0 on the outer ring.
Okay, so it's like, is it also doing temperature or something? Is that like...
I don't know. It's the most baffling thing I've ever seen. I can't understand where they got this graphic, how this graphic got made.
Yeah, I don't know, because it's initially when I saw that on one side it was 20, I thought, oh, it's decibels, which would make sense as well because it's registering the loudness of the applause, right? So
yeah,
and it's not unusual to see a decibel monitor. It kind of like 0 is at the top and it goes down to 20, but then this doesn't just go up to 0; it goes into sort of plus gain, but then only like up to 5.
5. Yeah. But it starts at 20. None of these are negative numbers.
At 20,
it's not minus. And then the numbers decrease until 0, and then they go up to 5 again. And 5 is where 20 is on the... And then there's the inner ring. What's the inner ring?
I don't know. But this is one of those things where it's like, how I can understand that a graphic has to be made without much time and budget, but what I never understand is how it comes to pass that what ends up there is like weirder and more arcane and inexplicable than if you were to just
cost more money to put normal numbers on it.
Yeah, like it would be one thing if it just sort of looked a bit crap and it was, like Microsoft Paint and it just goes like 0 up to 5 or something. But like how has it arrived at this strange? It's like an eldritch instrument, this thing.
It's unbelievable. Like, I'm going to have to post this on the Instagram post for this episode so people can see this, because I don't think they're going to believe how baffling this applausometer is.
It's like how I picture the alethiometer looking in his Dark Materials trilogy. It's like a sort of impossibly complicated set of dials.
So even though it's impossible to tell who's won this dance off, we then get the applause for Zoe's crew.
Yeah,
and everyone's like, they did.
Yeah, they did. Well, the first team gets 3, and then the next team gets 5, which is as high as it goes, which means that it's not possible for there to be applause more rapturous.
They've buried the needle on the applausometer.
They buried the needle. I think the applausometer should maybe go a bit higher then. How is 0 calibrated? Is 0 silent? What's 20 on the left?
What's negative? How do you get negative 20 applause?
I don't know.
What's
but
that?
It isn't negative 20, is it? It's positive 20. It's just on
It's positive. Oh, God. Yeah, it's positive 20. But why is 0 after positive 20?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we've just given away there, the junior varsity team is going to win, which in itself is almost as baffling as this stupid applausometer, because we've seen them dance. We know they can't dance,
but they do a Maori haka though, don't they? So it's like street dance meets. Once again they've invented stomp.
They do like a Maori haka for the first sort of like 4 seconds, and then it just turns into like a
competent street dance.
Just competent street dance. They're all doing it. It's perfectly in sync. Like, by going out there and dancing with their hearts and not their feet and just being boys, they've all locked into this, like, unrehearsed, perfectly synchronized routine with hundreds of moves. I don't understand.
Yeah. Boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys. And, if you let boys be boys, they will go out there and sort of, like, mind meld into a perfect street dance team, won't they?
Just crush a street dance routine. Yeah. Genetic memory.
Also, Zoe's T-shirt says boys on it.
I did notice that. I enjoyed that.
Because now she likes boys.
Now she likes boys. So Westlake High has a new dance squad representing the school at this year's state dance competition. It's the junior varsity team. Yay. They link arms and bow. Triumphant music plays. The little Rizzler brother waggles his tongue in triumph. Woohoo. Everyone smiles and we fade to white, like they've all died or something.
We cut to the lawn. We see the boys all stretched. They're waiting for Zoe to do their park run. And we end on the whole family going to do a run together. But that's not quite the end, because then over the credits there's loads of dance clips of the cast dancing and having a lot of fun.
Outtakes of people like messing up and eating muffins wrong and stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's a post-credits scene.
Yes, there is. And I don't understand it exactly.
Are we supposed to know who these characters are? Is my first question.
I don't think so. But they come into this scene with like loads of established lore, right?
I thought maybe the ginger... So it's a ginger boy and a dark-haired girl.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe the ginger boy was one of the skaters who becomes a yoga guy, possibly, because there's a ginger one.
I recognised him, yeah. But like he doesn't have anything to contribute in the film.
No.
Okay, well, anyway, so here's what happens, and see if you can make sense of it, listener. They're in the gymnasium. It's empty. It's after everyone's left. Mm-hmm. And he's grumpily sweeping up all the popcorn and stuff. And he's there with a girl. And she's saying, it doesn't count. And he says, you asked me to keep you company in detention. Heck, I'm doing your detention. What?
Yeah. So this is her detention, right? Cleaning the gym.
Right. So she's got detention to clean the gym.
And he's helping her.
Then why is she saying it doesn't count? What doesn't count?
I don't know. She's evil, I think, we're supposed to get from this.
Yeah.
So she's evil, and he's like being dragged along. And then he finds the smashed phone in the bin.
And they both look at it.
Yeah. And then he says, maybe it still works. And it goes bling, bling, like it does when it works. And then they both look at the phone, and it's all zaps with electricity. And then the film ends.
Yeah.
So this is like a kind of post-credit scene, like... Loki finding the Eye of Agamotto or something, and you're like, oh no, that's setting up. That's something for the next movie.
Yeah, exactly. Like these are going to be the next kids who get zapped.
Yeah,
which is absolutely fine. Like just have some kids find it or whatever. That makes sense. But I don't understand. It's so strange to come in on these two kids who we don't know.
No,
and they're in the middle of like having an established relationship with each other that we can't quite figure out.
I was trying to figure. I was like, is this Taylor and she's dyed her hair?
Yeah,
does that make sense?
Or like, yeah, what's happening? And it seems like she's. I don't know. I don't understand. It's wild how off the rails a film can go with just like 2 lines that don't make sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't count. You asked me to keep you company in detention. Heck, I'm doing your detention. What? So it's...
What?
Anyway, okay. I don't know. But anyway, that's post credits.
That's the end of the movie. Yeah, overall, I enjoyed it. I think it has a lot of troubling implications, and I think Jackson is one of the worst characters in the history of film.
Oh yeah, Jackson's awful. The To Kill a Mockingbird scene is just absolutely like it's pure. It's sensational. It's dynamite.
A little book you probably never heard of.
This old thing. Just a little To Kill a Mowbird, as I call it. I like to reread it every year. Just remind myself of the key themes of a young girl realizing that she doesn't know anything.
That's what I took away from it was that women don't know anything.
Women don't know anything, and they think they do, and then they're proved wrong.
Yeah, that's why I like it.
That's what I like.
That's my reading of To Kill a Mockingbird. Take that, heartily. Yeah. Okay. No, generally a fun movie. Check it out if you haven't seen it.
Yep. So there you go, Zapped. Andy, can I read you an email?
Yes, please.
Thank you, everyone who's emailed in about Lemonade Mouth. Lots of you wrote in to let us know the details of the Lemonade Mouth book and, indeed, the importance of the character of Stella in queer culture. Thank you all so much. Ronnie writes, "Hello, Andy and Luke. I'm sure your inbox is going to be bursting with emails telling you about lesbian Jesus Hayley Kiyoko, who plays Stella. So I'm not going to talk about that. But as a queer person who was a teenager at the time, the impact of Girls Like Girls really cannot be overstated. I looked this up. This is a song she did called Girls Like Girls. And I'm pretty sure it is like currently being adapted into a film or a TV series.
Wow. Okay. Nice.
Like it was a gigantically popular song. And yeah, it's being turned into a movie.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, Hayley Kiyoko goes from strength to strength. Well done, Hayley Kiyoko.
Yeah.
But anyway, Ronnie writes, apparently Lemonade Mouth was based on a book, and in it, Olivia's dad really went to prison for murder.
Oh.
So we have another email here from Machine Gun Kelly, who sent us an entire synopsis of the book, like a sort of summary of the book, including details on what happened to the dad. And in fact, from this email, I can directly quote the book. So do you want to know what the dad did?
Yes, please.
The dad from Lemonade Mouth. Do you know how he ended up in prison? Canonically, according to the book. Okay, I'm now reading the book. This is Olivia. Well, she said after a pause, when I was 8, the cab company had cutbacks and they laid him off, and then nobody would hire him because of his prison record. Anyway, my grandmother says he started drinking again, and one night he got so desperate he decided to hold up a store. My dad didn't even own a gun. What he pointed at the old man behind the counter, the store owner, was a fake, a plastic toy, but it looked real enough to scare the store owner anyway. His name was Gustavo Costa. The thing was, he had prepared himself for this. He had been robbed before, and he wasn't going to let it happen again if he could help it. So he reached under the counter and pulled out a Smith & Wesson .38 revolver. His wasn't a fake. My dad dropped the toy and put his hands in the air, but then Gustavo moved closer and my dad lost his head. He jumped him and they struggled. The gun went off. The gun went off in the old man's leg.
Oh my God.
She opened her eyes and looked at me. He died in the hospital later that night. The irony is that the doctors said it wasn't actually the bullet that killed him. It was a heart attack.
What? What?
That is the most, like, I guess if you want the character of the dad to have gone to prison for murder, but you're like tying yourself in knots trying to make it like the most excusable murder in the world.
Yeah,
it's like he goes to rob a shop with a toy gun.
Yeah,
but then a real gun is pulled on him and they wrestle and he shoots him, but only in the leg. But then he dies of a heart attack.
An old man who's about to die anyway. And then you'd accidentally shoot him. It's like in Jailhouse Rock, right? Elvis is in prison for murder, but it's because he punches a guy in a bar fight who attacked him first.
Yes,
and the guy like hits his head and dies.
Yeah, it's like
so
that. It's like that, but with several more steps.
It's like, well, that makes sense. That's the sort of thing you go, yeah, that makes sense. Not this kind of Rube Goldberg murder where a number of mitigating factors keep interjecting. It's like, oh yeah, he was old and he was going to die anyway, and then he got shot in the leg and then he died of a heart attack, and also he said it was okay as he died.
But anyway, thank you very much, everyone who emailed in about Lemonade Mouth. Thank you. And thank you, Ronnie, for in letting me know about Lesbian Jesus, Hayley Kiyoko's great works. Go listen to Girls Like Girls. It's unbelievably catchy. Okay, what are we going to do next, Andy?
What we're going to do next, Luke? Well, do you remember the 1992 film Encino Man, which was released as California Man in Europe, starring Brendan Fraser?
Are we doing Encino Man?
Oh, Luke. How I wish that were the case. No, Luke. No, we're doing the much, much worse 1996 Disney TV sequel,
What?
Encino Woman.
What?
That's right. Imagine that.
Encino Woman? Could
An
there be
Encino woman?
Could there be a woman cave person? I suppose it's possible.
I'll now read you the description.
Okay.
After thawing, a young prehistoric woman, Lucy, gets herself taken care of by
Lucy?
David.
Why is she called Lucy? She's a cave woman. What's she called?
Yeah, Lucy.
Maybe
A
she's
young
given
intern-
a name in modern times. Okay, fine.
She gets herself taken care of by David, a young intern at a marketing firm. Working on a campaign ad for a cosmetics company, David becomes Mr. Big Shot when his protege is chosen to be the model/spokeswoman for her animal personality.
Okay, but no one knows that she's really a true thought-out cave woman, I guess, or something. Okay,
so
that sounds.
They showed this
awful.
once on ABC as part of the Wonderful World of Disney. Right. It has an introduction by Michael Eisner.
Okay,
it has never been rebroadcast or available on home media.
Oh,
but
wow.
It is all on YouTube.
Okay.
So if you want to watch along, YouTube is the place for you.
I'm really excited about this because. We know that Disney doesn't care about these films particularly because, it'll just sort of like drop them off Disney Plus, or they don't seem to mind that loads of them are on YouTube or whatever. But it is very, very unusual for one to not have been rebroadcast or to not get like a DVD release or something. So I can't wait to see this, to see what was Disney so keen to bury.
What was so bad that Disney were like, I know we need the airtime, but let's lock that in the Disney vault and never get it out.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait. It's going to be great.
Okay, well, come on back next time for that, folks. If you want more Mom Can't Cook in the meantime, we have a Patreon over at patreon.com/extra helpings, where we do bonus episodes on the off weeks when there isn't a main feed episode. We're currently recapping the TV series Erie, Indiana, which is bonkers and baffling and brilliant and weird. And we have a really good time with those episodes. Everyone seems to really enjoy them. So if you enjoy what we do here and you want to hear more of it, go to patreon.com/extra helpings and sign up there. You can also get monthly watch-alongs of DCOMs and also get your name in the credits of the main feed episodes as well.
Yeah, the credits like the ones you're about to hear. We also have merch. Go to momcan'tcookmerch.com and check it out. Lots of lovely designs on there.
All right. Luke, while we were recording this episode, I downloaded an app that I saw on the App Store. You've heard of these apps they've got now?
I have
Not
heard
appetizers like you get in restaurants. These are applications. Yeah,
applications on my phone. Incredible.
Phone, yeah. Well, this one, it was supposed to be like for training cats or something, but I dropped my phone and stepped on it, and it flew off into like an electrical junction box and then landed in some dog food. Yeah. Now I think it controls podcasters.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Right.
So, hang on. Who's that over there on the other side of the street? I think it's Commode and Mayo.
Oh boy.
Here, let me just press this button. Strangle each other.
Oh my gosh.
That's good. They're doing it.
They're doing it. But Andy, you've made a terrible miscalculation.
Oh, have I?
I was in earshot, and I too am a podcaster.
And you're strangling.
And I'm strangling you.
Okay, now you're strangling me. I could
tell me to release. See what happens.
Oh, sorry. I could tell it. I'm not sure if I want that to happen. All right, fine. Release. Oh no. Oh well.
Well, that's not helped.
That's not helped at all. Commode and Mayo are enjoying it, at least. Hi, podcast listeners. I regret to inform you that Luke and I tussled over the podcaster controlling app, and he did kick me in the groin, and he took it, so now I'm having to do the Chef's de Cuisine solo at his command. My brain! Help me! Diving Wombat, Hannah Kirchner, David Ormond, Andy's parents' travelling chip salesman, Andrew and Krista, Happy Mother's Day Michelle Arbogast, Herkimer Homolka's hilarious headache, popular character Travis of Travicom, Eclair, and Crescentia Che. Okay, I think the hold is starting to loosen. No! The Monk, Jack Fabian, Angel Beat, Darius Emmanuel Grouch IV, a.k.a. The Grumble, a.k.a. Carl the Jedi, Liz L., Clarky the Bearded Coach Driver, Louise Lola, Mythical Murderous Milkman, and Sean wielding Luke's Hot Wap Laser. Oh, why did he make me read the words Luke's Hot Wap Laser, the Fiend? Adam Morse, the stuff in the back of the milk truck, brackets dead kids, Dave Goddard, Zora Stingray, Danny Cap, Ethan Pearson, Z-Man, a man who rejoices in the name Herkimer Homolka, Book Goblin Richard Martin recommends Thoughts TV podcast. If I could just install an anti-app I could maybe... Sam Rowland, Ben from Finance, Tim Craven, Book Monster, Alex and Daisy and Bailey 2, Ma H, E.T., Mr. Homolka, stop eating my poppy seed cake, and Ben the Bar Guy. Okay, no time to look at the App Store. I'll just install the first one and hope that it's useful. Autumn Holloway. These names are getting blue. Come Back Here, You Gremlins. Adam Snig. Sarah Mattox. Blake. Kate Tweedy. An aggressive OTPHJ from Mr. Wilson. Snowy Owl. Elizabeth. Okay, what did we install? Oh no, it's a Chinese mobile game where women's clothes fall off if you pay $7.99. I don't see how that's going to help my current... Who needs to sleep? Daniel Rogers. Duchess. Anna Petahova. Phil Stevens. Andrew the Osteogent. Tilly Everoa. Clint Hannah Lopez. John Sharplin. Brody Tyrrell. Okay, this isn't working. To beat an app, I have to think like an app. Everybody listening, if you could just send me 79p... Quinn is teething. Molly and Bronk presents Sex Weird. Herkimer Hulkamania, formerly of Space. A.D. Muller. Will Thomas. Alan St. George. Heth. Michael Saul. Teenage Luke's Vengeful Drum Kit. Cara Dennison, and C. Hunter. Okay, no takers for the 79p thing. What if I made it free, but you could make an in-app purchase to free me from this mental prison? Moist Drippings, Adam Cuddy Ralph, Tony B, Homemade Mask, Out of Touch Baby Superfluous Capital, Christoph, Rymedama, Big Bro Bronk Bonks Moody Mommy Molly, Minnie, Lucas Johnson, and Jeebus Piers Jones. No takers there either, huh? Okay, honestly, Zapped made this look a lot easier. Lost Diamond of Herkimer Expedition Financier, Andrea Pallas, Smash Savannah Burger Boys and Girl, Andy Meany, Paul Stokes, Matt S, Kyle Bain, Julian Rundlet, Sartha173 says, Reed Warhound, Keith Hall, Luke in the Hat, and Seish. Okay, nothing for it. What did they do in Zapped? All right, it was something to do with dogs never betraying their Ash, Simon Gansel, Will Hutner, Apes, Irish Femboy Down the Road, Michael Hayden, Business Corgi, the scouring sandpaper hand that jacks you off, Courtney Rail, Cropolio, and uncensored end credit username. Okay, I guess the chefs de cuisine, they are my pack, and not reading them out would be a betrayal, so I'd better finish up. Chase Baker, Michael Olson, Amy the Ape that jacks Peter off, Danny Bowyer, Mike Kavanaugh, Ian Admire, I Cry Like Luke When I'm Pregnant, Adam Steele, Prince Reynard, Purple Disarray, Nurse Jake, and Hypermole. Okay, thanks all. I guess I learned a valuable lesson about what's important in life, etc., and I won't need to be mind-controlled anymore. So this strong urge I have to give Luke my car must be from my own free will. I'd better have it cleaned so it's nice for him. See you next time, everyone.